Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
You know the other smoking guns I have that I haven't even brought up because
hold on, they're so scary that I can't even allude to them.
You can't. But I will tell you this: the one thing that everybody's like, "Oh, she wrote herself off the will, and now she's causing trouble." Writing myself off the will never meant I don't love my dad. Never meant I didn't fight for my dad. Writing myself off the will meant there was somebody there.
We went through that.
Very scary, and
I went through that.
Out they still are.
I went through that.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge Show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
All right, Lasker, let me shut him up. We're on the air now. He's over there flapping his gum. Welcome. Woo!
What do you say? Well done.
Wednesday, June 10. I think this is the anniversary of when I started B96. I think it was June 10th, 1989, when I started B96 in Chicago. Left San Antonio, didn't get fired, left, and then went to Chicago to do nights 6 to 10 on B96. That lasted till about March of the next year. Then I got fired, went to Philly, fired, Orlando, fired, back to Chicago, fired, Milwaukee, fired, then the Power Pig.
Why did you leave?
Because, San Antonio was market 36, and they were paying me, $46,000. And Chicago was market 3, and they offered me $90,000. And I'm on a bigger market. See,
Good reason.
So, radio's a lot like kind of, I hate to say, somewhat similar to minor league baseball, and the fact that you got to get into a top 20 market to make the bigs. I guess, let me, at the end of the day, there's approximately 30, 31, 32 teams in all sanctioning bodies. I think NBA, NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, I think they all have around 30, 31 teams.
Yes.
And so that would be probably considered the majors. And anything next, like San Antonio, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, they would be considered AAA. And then Grand Rapids, Green Bay, Ocala, Gainesville, smaller markets like that, they would be AA ball. And then single A ball would be Terre Haute, small little. I think Terre Haute was market 264.
Oh, wow.
Or something like that. So, yeah, I went market 264 to Grand Rapids, which was market I think 70, to San Antonio, which was market 36, to Chicago market 3, to Philly market 7, to Orlando market 29, then back to Chicago market 3, then to Milwaukee market 28, then Tampa, which I've been now, since 1992, market 18.
And Gene, also, you asked him why he left. Wouldn't you rather be in Chicago in the 80s than San Antonio?
I wouldn't want to be anywhere up there. But
hold on.
Let
me tell you this. The reason why I left San Antonio, Gene, is because white people are the minority, and Mexicans and Hispanic people are the majority, and there's a big language barrier. Minority. And so
nobody wanted to listen to your straight voice.
Well, yeah, kinda, yeah. And my competition, I mentioned this about a month ago. He was on KITY, Kitty, and I was on KTFM, and he was called Rick the Stick. Well, when I would go into a market, what's the first thing I did?
Go after their guy.
Start going. Yeah. They usually brought me in because they were getting their ass kicked by some dude, and then I came in and just instantaneously made fun of them. Like, for instance, my competition in Grand Rapids was Danny Douglas, and then my competition in Grand Rapids, my competition in San Antonio was Rick the Stick, and then my competition at B96 was Alan Cable, and then my competition in Philadelphia, I don't know who my competition, because I was doing afternoons, and then my competition in Orlando was Bartell, and then my competition in I think Milwaukee, but I was doing afternoons, so I didn't really get into big time radio wars when I was doing afternoons. I did afternoons on 2 different occasions, Philly and Milwaukee, and then I came down here and my competition was Q105. But I really didn't have it because I came in and within 90 days I was the king, so I really wasn't going to make fun of anybody. But when I was in San Antonio, Gene, here's the problem. Rick the Stick, he would do half of his show, he would do half of his talk break in Spanish. So he'd be like, 90, K-I-T-Y, Rick the Stick, then that's right, only right here on K-I-T-Y. And so I'd be like, what did you say?
You don't know what he said.
Yeah, so then he'd be like, Bob Love Swans, KTFM, Rick the Stick's big pussy, Rick the Dick's what he should be called. I'm telling you out right now, Rick the Dick, if you want to meet me out, I'll fight you. Queen, of course, I always thought I was tough and stuff. I was really just fat. I'll fight you. I'll fight you right now, Rick the Stick. So then I'd be like, what did Rick the Stick say anything? Yeah, he said a bunch of stuff, but we don't know what he said.
That's funny.
So I brought this girl named Lori Flores in, who I ended up having. Yeah,
so she bilingual.
She was 18. She just turned 18.
Oh,
now at that time in 1988, 89, I started KTFM. January 1st of '89. I was only 24 years old.
Oh wow, yeah.
23. I was only 23 years old. So, me rolling up on at 23, rolling up on a just freshly legal 18-year-old really isn't that big a deal.
No, plus you being a hot jock in Chicago.
Hot jock and flame throwing.
Yeah, I mean, in Chicago at 24, I was the night guy in Chicago at 24. Just slay it. And when you're a radio personality in different cities really, like Tampa's a radio city. You got the likes of Jack Harris and Ron and Scott Shannon and Cleveland Wheeler and Bubba the Love Sponge and some, MJ. There's some very historic and very, big franchises that came through Tampa. Very, respected radio personalities. Well, Chicago, man, if you are a radio personality in Chicago, you are a star. That comes from Fred Winston, WLS, the Uncle Tommy, Jonathan Brandmeier, Kevin Matthews, Steve Dahl, Gary Meyer. They were just Fred Winston. They were just
was Uncle Tommy black?
No, Uncle Tommy was white. He was part of the WLS morning show.
He was allowed to have a name like that?
Yeah, Uncle Tommy.
Wow.
He was a white guy. He kind of looked like Nilla. He was real skinny. He was the WLS morning guy, or he was the WLS like stunt guy. And so WLS in the morning, the big 89. It was just so when you were a radio personality in Chicago, man, the city just made you were a star. You had limo and car service to every one of your gigs. Like you were the bomb. So I left. Here I am in San Antonio. One of my only 2 or 3 jobs I didn't get fired from. So I didn't get fired from 103 PFR, got fired from Grand Rapids, left San Antonio on my own, then got fired from Chicago, got fired from Philly, got fired from Milwaukee, got fired from Chicago again, got fired from Orlando. So then went to the Power Pig, didn't get fired from the Power Pig. Then there's only been 3 jobs on me. I don't think I've ever been fired. I think I've been fired from the rest of them. Got fired from 98 Rock. Got fired from 102.5 The Bone. Got fired from Bubba 98.7.
Serious, you didn't really get fired. Right?
No, I didn't get fired.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they didn't renew my contract, but I didn't get fired. I worked through my contract. So anyway, I don't know what we were talking about, but today is so I started Chicago, I think right around June 10th, 1989, June 10th-ish, 1989 is when I started Chicago. And when I first got there, I instantaneously got a big apartment on the 53rd floor, right off of McClurg Court. And then the Taste of Chicago is held in Grant Park. So that first Saturday, I'm already in the B96, station van down in Chicago at Grant Park at the Taste of Chicago Food Festival. And nobody knew who I was. Only been there a week. So, but I was just like, wow, I'm in Chicago. Phew, this is pretty cool. So
Your station was on the 53rd floor?
no, my apartment was.
What?
Yeah.
He's pimp.
So you had to ride an elevator every single day
Yeah,
to get
but
up
you don't
and down.
understand, man. As soon as you open up my door, you could see Navy Pier.
I don't wanna see nothing that high.
And Lake Michigan, and man, Gene, I've lived in 2 places in my lifetime that instantaneously made girl takes their panties off the minute they walk in your house. My apartment in Chicago and my big house in Tierra Verde. The minute they walked in, you knew you were getting some ass. Especially my
You just had to get them through the gate.
my place in Tierra Verde. Remember, Gene, when you first walk in, and then I had that
Dude,
that 600-gallon saltwater, Bass Pro Shop.
I went to his house one time, and a dude is swimming in the fish tank fixing rocks.
Yeah.
I'm doing, you got a dude in your fish tank.
That was only so I had to get this little guy, like this little dude, and he specifically cleaned. Now this is 1999 2000 when I finally moved into that house. This is way before Bass Pro Shops and stuff where people would actually, like at Bass Pro Shops they have a full-time person that does nothing but get into their aquariums and clean them. Well, I had to have this guy come once a month and actually get in the aquarium and clean it in order to be able to clean it efficiently. And
But like every month you added more coral.
well, you tried, but it got to the point where you were maxed out on the coral, and fish, saltwater fish, these exotic fish, they sometimes would be $300 and $400 for one fish.
And they fight each other sometimes.
My guy who was my fish guy, my aquarium guy, who's I think committed suicide a few years ago. He would be pushing. See, he made money on these fish.
Yeah.
He'd go down to the fish broker, the exotic fish broker, and pay like $100 for this fish and charge me $3 for it. And I had like a puffer fish. I had a little mini shark.
You had all the badass fish.
No, I did.
Yeah.
And I probably had $4,000 in fish. And then they'd get this thing called the ick, which means they get sick, and they get these like little barnacles on them, and it kills them. And so like you'd have to make sure your fish stayed healthy and didn't get the ick. And the way that they didn't get the ick is that you kept your tank extra clean. Hell, it was to run that tank full time because they had to have a full time pump, a full time chiller, full time lights, all this kind of stuff. It was about with cleaning. It was about $1,500 a month to keep that tank going. So I had it for about half the time I was there, and then I finally was like, I'm done with this, and I had him build look like a book. I took out the aquarium.
I thought you took the aquarium out because then when you had Heather and the second baby, you didn't want nothing to happen. Like it break and.
No, I mean it was never going to break,
Yeah,
but
wasn't that the glass like super thick?
yeah, the glass was like the kind of glass that you get like when you see go behind the bank teller and they're like it's literally 1.5 inches thick.
Oh, but Tizzy was a climber.
Yeah, no, nobody could ever got in there. I got rid of it, Gene, because it was $1,500 a month between electric and maintenance and things like that. And also, here's something I never told because I didn't want the owners who bought the house to know. But I didn't, when I poured the foundation, I didn't take into the fact that there was going to be a 650-gallon tank in that particular footprint on the concrete. And, Gene, it started to mess with the foundation.
Really?
Well, think
with
about
all
this.
them pilings that was there.
But think about this, Gene. It's 850 pounds in a footprint that's probably only, I don't know, maybe 8 feet by 6 feet. So you got what? It's 10 pounds. It was.
Yeah, you should have built something underneath.
Yeah,
it.
you should have extra rebarred in that area or something. And
Right.
I didn't know that I was
Or a
even
pylon.
when I was planning the house, I didn't think I was going to do an aquarium. And as they're building the house, this ends up being a big bookshelf. And I'm like, Fabrizi, can I rip that bookshelf out and have a custom made tank? So my tank wasn't one that I could buy off the I had to have a tank maker come in, make the tank. At that time when I remember Hey Babe from Jacksonville?
Yeah.
That she was there when they were installing the tank. I had her down for the weekend, and then remember she fell in off the dock.
Fell off the dock
and got all those barnacle scrapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all messed that leg
So
up.
anyway, Lummy, so I walk into the studio last night, probably about 6, sometimes I'll go over here and just make sure that all the air is off and Macha's got his area, tightened up.
He just come over here and look at his cool stuff.
I did. And, see what kind of progress we're making in the garage and just, everything. We still got the glass to put in, and I turned the lights on. Now, when the lights are off right now, the overall lights, you can't really see the floor that well. But when you turn our regular lights on, not our spot broadcasting lights, we keep this, we keep it pretty dark, except for we each individually have these big lights on us. But when you turn the regular lights on, you can see all the foot traffic that has, and the guy.
So it wasn't just me.
No. Actually, Lummy was the largest violator. So now
Can I get a moment here of laughing at Lummy?
My driveway.
He blamed it on me.
My driveway is gravel.
You did do it, Gene.
I know I did. You didn't have to blame me.
Not yesterday. You didn't.
No, not yesterday.
Friday you did. I had to mop it. I had to mop it on Friday because of you.
I tried to lie myself out of that, but it came from here to him and back to me.
Yeah, you were sitting on all the sand.
So
I know.
When you walk on the driveway, it's white gravel. Well, I don't have enough rugs for people to shuffle their feet, and so like this whole when you turn the light on, it looked like. So I mopped it, and then I sent everybody a text, and I laid down some rugs in the garage, a big red carpet. I want you just to shuffle your feet the entire time you're walking down that red carpet runway, which, Lummy, is the red carpet that we used for the documentary gimmick.
Yeah.
I thought that.
Yep. So just shuffle your feet there, and then there's another rug right outside the studio. Give it a couple little wipes there, and then walk in. Or I'm gonna do a no shoe polish. I'm wear your socks. In here.
That's what I'm doing.
And I'm thinking about getting, Lummy, we just ordered new slides. Having Merch Crick give everybody a pair of slides.
Then name them and leave them at the door.
Put with a silver marker, put your name on them. Leave them at the door. When you go outside to pee, put your slides on. Instead of your shoes, go pee, then come back in and put your slides right there at the doorstep.
So I was having me a grumpy day, and
Today?
Yesterday, and then I get that text about when you text me. I mean, you don't text me, hello, how you been?
It was not. It was
I
very
hope you're
nice.
doing good.
It wasn't mean.
My friend, nothing like that. Hey, make sure you wipe your feet when you come in the studio. I'm going. I look around and I'm going like, well, I've got to figure out something to put on my feet. So I was going to take me 2 brand new silver garbage cans, regular garbage cans, and put my legs in either one. That way I can hold the handles as I walk, boom, 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 with the cans on my feet, and walk in the door. I thought I was being like racial profile.
I want everybody to know this is at 6:42 yesterday after I came in here and mopped for I just mopped on Friday because of everybody. And Lummy was the biggest, like you wouldn't believe. Like it was like almost ghost traffic right to Lummy. So I sent Gene a nice text and tell me this isn't.
It was nice, but it was just at the wrong time for me, man.
I said, please wipe your feet on the rugs outside of the studio before walking into the studio.
But see,
I said, please.
I know, but your please simply amongst us mean like you want us to crush our head.
No.
Yes.
No.
It seems like.
Jim Tapp just texted me. He said, remember when we went to Jacksonville and we raced for the weekend? We walked back into the house and the temperature, your chiller had failed.
Oh, remember that?
And he said it was $7,000 of fish.
Oh, they were all floating
down the drain.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Bubba had tears in his eyes because he had a shark.
Yeah.
That was a dude.
Well, it was a shark that I had got as a baby, and it started to get bigger. So,
But he swam so cool, man. He whipped through there,
Yeah. Hi, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Bubba. Hey, man.
Hello.
I just want to tell you, Erica and your merch department, amazing.
Line's working? No, I don't have a dial tone. So.
Oh, you don't hear that?
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, we hear the
dial tone in my ear.
Oh,
yeah.
Hold on. I didn't have the right. Maybe this guy's still there. No.
Oh, he was marking out to Erica.
Yeah, he was saying how much
Call me
did
back.
a great job.
Call me back, buddy. I didn't have something hit my program.
Here comes Macho. Hit him, Macho.
No, I got it, Macho. I got it.
Yeah, he was saying how amazing the merch department is.
Hey, buddy, did you just call a minute ago and I hung up on you?
Yeah, it's all good.
What's going on, bud?
Hey, man, I just want to let you know, Erica and your merch department, amazing. They don't get enough credit.
No, she doesn't. She, honest to God, as an order comes in, she will turn it around in 4 hours. It's at the airport in 4 hours. I'm just telling you, she's just unbelievable.
But I also wanted to say, last week, I think it was Wednesday, you guys were talking about, the LGBT stuff, and somebody made a joke about you being a pansexual because of the pan-fried chicken.
I thought of that all weekend.
Back in the day, when you had a restaurant up on 19 in Port Richey, you had Bubba Crunch Chicken, and it was freaking the best chicken in town. And I can't get it anymore, and it drives me crazy.
Well, here's the deal. I
need to know how to make it.
I'm going to tell you how to make it. Okay, it's real simple, and it's kind of a trick. But like if you get a chicken breast, what you usually do if you want to fry it or to put some breading on it is you maybe put it into egg dip, like an egg dip. You get an egg, crack it. You soak it, you flip-flop it in some egg yolk to give it to, a binding agent, and then you'll roll it in some breadcrumbs or some breading or stuff like that. So you do the same thing here, but you take Captain Crunch cereal, and you put it in a big 1-gallon Ziploc bag, and you take like a meat tenderizer.
How'd you think of that?
Just through a culinary website. So you take Captain Crunch chicken and you put it in a 1-gallon Ziploc freezer bag, and you take a meat tenderizer and you pulverize that cereal so it's a real fine breadcrumb like texture, and then you wash it in your egg yolk, your chicken breast, and then you roll it around in the Captain Crunch chicken. That's your breading, and that's Bubba Crunch chicken.
We're
right
making
there.
some of that today.
It's
we got to get some of that tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, and one other thing before I go, you've been talking with Brooke and all the Hogan stuff, and has anyone thought that, like, okay, and maybe I'm way out of base, and if I am, then just hang up on me and tell me to go to hell. But okay, so Sky is 47 years old, right? And Nick is 35 years old, and it seems like those two are the big conspiracy things going on, like with Nick not telling Brooke about the video and stuff like that. You think there's some gimmick going on between them two?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what it seems like to me.
I'm just answering. I'm not going to
know anything about nothing.
I'm not going to editorialize and get any further down that rabbit hole. But to answer your question, yes, I do.
Cool. All right, buddy. Hey, man. God bless. Love you.
See you later, buddy. So let me. A lot of people. All right. So arguably and self-admittedly, when we did the Bubba, by the way, the new, I think it's Bubba Army Fat Man Dunk 4s are being shipped as we speak.
Nice.
We should have those in about 2 weeks and be able to get those out to you ASAP. They were all pre-buy. We may have a few extra, couple stragglers, that we might put up on the website. Maybe not. But, I did steal the Bubba Fat Man Dunk 1's idea from Trump. Remember Trump had the gold shoes?
Yeah.
Well, I'm always thinking about what the average guy like Gene Lasker or the average guy like Big E or Captain Creamsicle. I try to think about kind of like, what the, Iggy, Creatine Travis, New York Greg, Bob Cook.
Grouper Lips 25.
Big Red. Like what the average dude would like whether it's a knife or whether it's a tactical bag or a backpack or a soft-sided cooler, or what. I'm always trying to think about what the average guy would like as far as merchandise. I think we're coming back out with some of those UV protected, lightweight, like fishing outdoor landscaping shirts.
Oh, I love those things.
I think we reordered those.
Oh, good.
And so I am in the process of coming up with a Bubba Army watch.
A watch?
Yeah. And I got it from Trump. Now, my price is not going to be $500. This is the Trump watch, and it's $500. And they are nice. They're Rolex-like. They're the same density and measurements of a Rolex Daytona. The second hand doesn't tick; it sweeps. And I found the place that manufactured these.
Oh, nice.
Except I am not going for the $499 deal. I'm looking more towards like $60 retail. And so now, and the only difference is this. This is the big difference in price. And I don't think Bubba Army matters. What it matters is weight, and that second hand doesn't tick, that it sweeps like a Rolex. I think that's what Bubba Army wants. I haven't got quite the design on it yet, but I'm finalizing it now. Merch Crick is finalizing it now. But it's going to be the same weight as a Donald Trump. It's going to be the same measurements, the same stainless steel band. It's going to have the Bubba Army logo instead of the Trump logo. It's going to be almost identical to this. Same weight, same second hand movement, same everything. And here's like the $200 manufacturing difference. If it's battery powered, it's not cheap as hell, but it's 70% less than if it's not battery powered.
What?
Yes. If you got to put a battery in it, and then that makes it far more economical than if it's like, you just.
Then you got to wind it.
You got to shake your hand.
Shake your
Like
hand.
a real Rolex, you don't have to have. There's no battery. It's self-moving.
Oh.
That mechanism in itself is about $200.
Oh, wow.
So I'm talking to the manufacturer. So I'm like, okay, so the second hand doesn't tick. It is the same size as the Trump watch, meaning it's practically this. It's modeled after the Rolex Daytona. Same weight. I'm like,
I'd rather have the battery.
I'm like, I don't want. It's the difference of me charging $499 or $69.99.
But if you put it up for a while on top of your dresser and you don't
it'll
wear
still
it,
run.
Yeah.
Yours will run. Mine will run.
The Trumpy one, you have to reset
right.
it and then shake the heck out of it.
So there's some advantages to having, obviously it's a
way better advantage.
That mechanism that takes it from being a battery to being self-winding and self-motion deal is $199 for that mechanism. And it's the only difference that causes this watch to be $499 or $69.99. And so I'm like, man, in full transparency, I'll just tell the Bubba Army what the difference is. We got a battery. They don't. It's identical in shape, in size, shape, dimensions, how heavy it is, everything, except ours is going to run on a battery, but you're going to save, I don't know, what's 500 minus 70?
Hey, what do them numbers do around there?
What do you mean numbers?
All the way around it. You see the 20, 30, 40.
Right, well, let's what does that do? Let's walk you through it, okay? What is this? What's this slash stand for?
Oh, for half away from
for 30 minutes past the hour.
Oh.
What does this slash stand for?
Okay, I get it now, but why? Why you put that on there?
It's just
somebody stupid?
Gene, that's just what Rolexes do. And
so Rolex tells you you're stupid.
We're copying. Yeah, I guess.
You're stupid,
now,
so we're going to write these numbers down.
Here are the different versions of Trump that he offers. Ours is going to be something similar to this right here.
Just clean, right? Just nice
so
and clean.
this is for the new society.
And it's going to be. I think it's going to be a black. I think a black face. I think it's going to be a black. I think it's going to be a lot like this, but I didn't get gold. I got stainless steel.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Oh, great.
So, I don't even have a date. I'm not going to make you pre-buy them. I'm going to buy quite a bit of them, but not a lot, and then offer them for sale for. I think the retail's coming in right now. If everything goes good, it looks like it's going to be $69.99, $70, and the only difference between your $70 watch and the $499 watch, it's the same manufacturer, is that yours will have a battery. And the Trumps are winding / based on movement, but your second hand's going to sweep like a Rolex. It's going to be the size of a Rolex. It's going to be the weight of a Rolex, and it's going to be a real. Because you know what, I think men still like. They may not wear it on the job site, but when they go out or they go out to dinner, or a lot of guys still like to wear a watch.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at your phone all the time, a lot of guys still like to wear a watch, especially people that listen to our show, kind of old school. So I'm doing a watch.
Through all the different stuff you've done over the years, have you ever done a watch?
No.
Okay.
Never done a watch. Never done a watch.
Are you sure?
I've never done a
That's
watch.
what I thought,
yeah,
too.
no.
I'm thinking I had a.
I've done
watch.
condoms.
You done beepers?
I've done beepers.
Oh, that's right. I had a beeper.
But I've never done a watch.
Yeah.
So congratulations to. I've never met him, but I would love to. He's not a Hoosier. But I'm originally from Indiana, clear up until I was 18, Warsaw, Indiana. Then started my radio broadcast career in Terre Haute, Indiana. I visit Indiana at least 2 times a year. He's from Indianapolis, was an all-pro punter.
Technically, he's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I understand.
He's from Pittsburgh, yeah.
But he's based out of Indianapolis now because he played his professional football career with the Colts. He was an all-pro kicker. He actually, and a punter, he actually wasn't a punter in college. I think he was a place kicker, and he lied during pro day that he could punt because he could.
Yeah.
And he ended up being one of the best punters ever. Like he was one of the most rugged punters ever. Bigger dude. Like he'd put an ass whipping on you. If usually the punter is the final guy to stop that guy from going 70 on you, and Pat McAfee would absolutely wallop you. One of his greatest plays of all time is when he recovered his own onside. Like he was an unbelievable player. He then he first started his radio career with Bob and Tom, just doing some call-ins as Pat McAfee, Indianapolis Colts kicker, because Bob and Tom are based out of Indy. And then he went on to do stand-up. He kind of started honing his stand-up career, and then got into broadcasting. And God has since went on to. I mean, he's right up there with Joe Rogan and every other. I mean, he's one of the upper echelon in broadcasting / content. He's a good dude.
The weird thing with him, not the weird thing, but I guess the good story with him is that he was trying to get into media after the NFL, and everyone kept turning him away. So then he just said, well, whatever, I'm going to go do my own podcast.
And Indianapolis, they have Dan Dockage, who used to play for Bobby Knight. And, he was, I don't know if he's still in the sports talk arena within Indianapolis. But, Indianapolis has a history of getting former players on their various, sports franchises, radio-wise. There's no reason in the world they couldn't have just folded Pat right on in. But he's like, screw you, I don't need terrestrial radio. I just need, I'll start podcasting. He started building up his podcast. He's now everywhere. Oh, yeah. WWE, ESPN, Game Day. Like, he has the absolute it factor, and supposedly he just is now getting ready to sign a $60 million per year deal with ESPN.
Per year.
And I couldn't be any happier for the dude. He's so talented. He has built an unbelievable infrastructure. And, as I'm probably gracefully going to bow out of creative content here in the next decade, this guy is the younger, newer generation, the next likes of Howard Stern and some of these big, huge Mount Rushmores of radio / content. And this guy is very much inching towards, those type of accolades. This guy is real. I'm so proud of this guy. Never met him. Love to. Like maybe I don't know if Pat McAfee knows who I am. I don't know if Pat McAfee, respect some of the older generation like me that has done this craft for a long time. He could think I was just, a joke.
He knows you.
But, next time I go to Indianapolis, I would love, like all of us radio geeks do, to meet the guy, see his facility. I don't want to go on the air. No, I'm not asking to be on the air. I just really like to meet the guy, shake his hand and say, man, from one of the old timers to one of the guys that, are doing it new. God bless you, my friend. You're killing it. Godspeed, my friend.
Hey, man, he looks like Brett Favre.
In this particular picture, he does.
Yeah.
Kind of does. Let me, see if you can get a hold of McAfee's people.
All right. One of our listeners.
Tell them how much I respect the guy. Good dude, man.
Yeah, I'll take this down and send it to him.
Perfect.
Mission accomplished. Sure. Another segment filled. More of the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
I recognized that. Before you said it, I recognized the show.
So he puts that on there, and the boss goes, "Why'd you put that sticker on that?" And he goes, "Well, that's my show, and I like it." And he goes, "Well, maybe other people don't." And he goes, "Well, how about the other guys that work here, and they got that Cuban sticker stuck on their cap, on their cabins when they walk in, and they put them on their stuff. It's like that, they like the Cuban flag." And he goes, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, shut him right down right there.
Who was that?
A friend of mine that I met at the restaurant depot where I buy all my chicken for my dogs.
Yeah.
On 60, right? Yeah, down in
He's a Bubba Army. I mean, he listens to every minute, and then he listens to it again.
We need to put him over.
All right. So I gave him a few things from time to time that I get, and I got laying around. So he put a Bubba sticker on the forklift on the inside of the place. It's on the back of it. So I took a picture of it and told him that I would put it on the air. I would give it to you, and we'd show where that came from. But he says to the boss, the boss goes, "Hey man, what is that, Bubba Army?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, that's the radio show that I listen to, and he's been part of Tampa Bay for 50 years, and he's my man." And he goes, "Well, maybe other people don't like him." And he goes, "Well, maybe they don't, but I do, and this is my forklift, so I'd like to leave it on there." And he goes, "Okay, well, maybe other people might not want it on there." And he goes, "Well, how about the other forklifts that got the Cuban stickers on it because they're Cuban? No one says nothing to them." And he goes, "You got a point there."
That is a point.
And that's what he said. "You got a point there. Leave it on." And he left it on. He goes, "I like it on it. It makes me smile, makes me happy." And I look sometimes when I get grouchy and people are being jerks to me, I look down at my sticker and I put a smile on my face. And he goes, "Leave it on there then."
Good. Good.
I gave him a knife, I think. I gave him a knife, and I gave him a flag.
Charamundos, the over 1,000 that are listening or watching, and then over on Rumble, I'll be monitoring both today. Can you give me number one in the world right now on Rumble? By double. But can you give me a yes or a no to see if I'm fucking stupid or not as to whether you would be interested in a Bubba Army watch, a Daytona inspired.
They're all gonna want one of
Well,
them.
I just want a yes or a no.
There gotta be a lot of yeses.
If you'd be interested in probably a lot of no's.
I don't know.
It's either going to be 59 or 69. It's going to be one of the two. Johnny K. Steel Slinger, yes. I got one sold. Bunch of yeses.
Yeah.
It's either going to be, again, 59 or 69. That's my two price points. I'm
Black Guy and Kelly, why are you saying no? Because you just can't tell time, so you don't need a watch.
Jess Heat, yes. Tony Van, Macho Man. Oh, thank you, Macho. You emailed it?
Yep.
Thank you, bud.
That truck still gets me right there.
What's that?
That truck still gets me. You see that team? The truck go in the garage?
The what?
What do I got?
The truck in the garage over there?
Glowbug. I'm gonna get one for Angus.
What
Broke.
about the garage?
The truck went
0107.
It was on the news.
In,
Drove into the building.
Jess Heat.
in
67
what
Ford.
What building?
Bubba's got it. Bubba's got
Uncle
it.
Rucky.
Have a Bubba sticker on it?
Jeff Coy Kendall.
Oh, that'd be great.
I might sell out of these motherfuckers. I might want to order more.
I'm telling you.
I may want to
people
tell the
like
merch pick to zip it up.
Okay, watches set you aside from other people.
I know you're Black Guy in Cali. I know you're wearing a $3,000 watch right now, but why wouldn't you get a $3,000 watch for $70 and be able to fucking support your favorite show? How about that?
I got a $3,000 watch too. It stays in my top drawer because I don't want a black guy to steal it.
I got a $40,000 watch, and I haven't worn it in fucking 10 years. And I don't wear it.
Is that the one with rubies?
Yep.
Yep.
And it's not as big as the one I'm fixing to make. night. Y'all know it's hotter than the devil's armpit out there. And if you're still rolling around sitting at home without tint, what are you even thinking about? For over 15 years, my guys at Advanced Film Solutions have been tinting me and my family's cars, homes, and even the new strip mall studios. They got 3M, Formula One, and Vista. Top of the line stuff that cuts the heat, glare, and blocks 99% of all those nasty UV rays. Keeps your car cooler, saves on that power bill. Hit them up at advancedfilmsolutions.com or call them at 877-575-FILM. Make sure you tell them Bubba Army.
There's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Trust me, I've been looking. We're back.
Lummy, the Merch Crick sent me 2 of the mock-ups of the watches. I'm going to... Did you get them too?
Yeah, I'm trying to get them up to my email.
I was going to email them to you. I cropped them, made them a little bit bigger.
Okay.
And you want me to email them to you?
Email yours, because you cropped it and everything.
Yeah. Let me email you. Here, hold on, Tim, so I can show everybody. I may have to I may have to get with her, and just based on the feedback, order the larger amount because you want the BTLS Gmail gimmick?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hold on here. I just emailed you. Actual size, 2 MBs. You know what I probably forgot today, and I'm 41 minutes remiss, if not longer? Probably the glow bug gimmick.
Yes.
Let me open up PayPal. I guarantee old girl's right up in the mix.
T-shirt will, $50.
T-shirt will, home of the threesome. Absolutely. Glow bug. Lasker Wednesdays.
Thanks, glow bug.
Thank you. I'm sorry, glow bug. Glow bug in chat said she's getting one for Angus.
Somebody here says that he's listening from Thailand, and yes, he's interested.
Oh, man, Thailand. I've heard that there is oh, my God, I heard it's unbelievable. I heard you can go to Thailand and get a beachfront resort, so that your back balcony is right on the water, right on the ocean, the beautiful ocean. And, you get a breakfast buffet, a massage, and, the top-of-the-line room for, $149 a night, and that's including a badass breakfast buffet and a full body massage.
So you can get a full body massage while you're eating scrambled eggs.
Well, no, I think I don't.
Oh, it's one or the other.
I think it's one or the other. Yeah. Lummy, I found this. I think you would. So there's this bobcat. No, mountain lion. I think there's a mountain lion and a
same.
I think
one's a Yankee, one's a Rebel.
I think.
There you go.
Okay.
Watches.
I'm gonna do that next. I think a bobcat's a little smaller and a mountain lion is a little bit bigger.
Yeah, bobcat. It is smaller.
Yeah, bobcat is just a little bit larger than a feral cat, whereas a mountain lion is more towards a cat you'd see maybe in the zoo or something like that.
Yeah, we got bobcats around here.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah.
Well, aren't you I'm a little bit worried because watch this. This woman, she's got goats. And I'm just going to play it. There's baby right there. I'm sorry. That first one looks just like Hootie. Does it not?
Yeah,
right here?
Yeah, right there.
That looks just like Hootie. And they're scared. By the way, goats are absolute scaredy cats.
Yes.
They're afraid. Bob Cook's got a little Yorkie that might be 6 pounds.
And they're afraid of it.
And they're afraid of it.
What the heck is that?
It's
the cat's on the goat?
Yeah. By the way, Lummy, the steel slinging madman.
There we go.
My boy Johnny K. He's going to get a watch or two. $100.
Man, shoot that damn cat.
Thank you, Johnny K. I love you, buddy. I'll see you in August.
I'll beat it with a head right with a bat.
This mountain lion comes in and grabs one of the goats and, has every intention of killing it and eating it.
Yeah.
That kind of looks like Hootie, too.
Come on, goats, help him out.
No, that's the one thing. They will not help. They might be the most scaredy cat livestock there is. So this woman comes in, and Lummy, my question to you is,
yes,
if this was happening to one of our goats, would you come in and...
Yes. So I'd reach down there and grab it by its neck and break it.
Watch. Get out of here! Now, I will tell you, this woman gives this mountain... Hold on. Gives this mountain lion a real nice kick right in the ribs. Watch.
Right there. Boom!
I mean, actually...
broke him loose.
Actually lifts him up. Watch this woman's kick.
Boom.
And the mountain lion looked at her and said, "Zoinks, I'm out of here."
No more of that.
Get out of here! Get out! Get out!
Now, Lummy, if that was
I'd start kicking. I'd start hitting. Yeah.
I mean, Lummy, anything, you're a gentle giant, but
now
if
when it
anybody
comes to
messes
the
you
goats.
with Walker or the goats,
That's right.
they're getting solidly yoked.
Oh,
are they
yeah.
not?
Oh, they are. I'm punting that thing as far as I can.
All right,
see.
so let me show you. And I don't know if we're ordering both or just ordering one. And if we are ordering one, I need everybody to help me out here as to whether you like one
Boom.
or two.
Both of them.
Hold on. One, all stainless steel. Two, two-tone.
The two-tone is more like dressing up, and the black one is more like redneckish, and you can wear it anywhere.
Well, I mean, I'm monitoring chat.
You want us to do a poll?
Yes, I want to put a poll. Do you want the all? And so it needs, instead of saying one or two, all stainless black face.
Yeah.
Or two-tone blue face. Put a poll.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And listen, everybody. I can't order both. I just can't. I can't. They have minimums, and I just can't order both because at that point I'm going to split.
Black one goes with anything.
I'm going to split the buying market right down the middle, and I'm going to sell half as many as I would, and I'm going to get stuck with a bunch. So, I really need your direction, especially the 2,000 people or so that are participating visually where we can get. So, I guess you could go, all stainless or two-tone. Right, Lummy? I mean,
Yes.
Whoever's putting the poll up, all stainless or two-tone. And I need, Lummy, so these, here's the two-tone.
That looks nice, though.
And here's the
all stainless black or two-tone.
Yeah. I tell you one thing, man. Nice. I will tell you this: the two-tone looks pretty damn nice.
Yes, it does.
But the all stainless gimmick, and this picture's a little bit low res. The stainless pops way better. The stainless pops way better. Way better than what this is showing. But I need some insight, and let me. It looks like the all stainless is killing it, but maybe we're going to give it. We're going to give it.
The blue one looks really nice, and the black one looks manly.
Yeah, I don't know how I guess I need to probably. There we go. So there's the all stainless, and then there's the two-tone, and that's all I'm going to go. And you guys can vote accordingly. Do we have
a little bit different? You're going to jump right on that blue one.
I like that blue one. I really do.
Because you're a little different.
So here's what I understand: why these federal judges are absolutely immune to discipline, and they can do anything they want.
No accountability in America.
Two federal judges were alleged to have sex in their chambers. Now, these aren't municipal.
To each other?
No. One in Atlanta and one in Florida. And so I think one was an African-American a woman, and I don't know what the other one was. The woman in Atlanta is this one here. And, so this isn't like your standard judge you're going to be in front of for a child custody issue or a speeding ticket or, drinking and driving, DUI here locally or even in your municipality. This is a federal judge, and they are arguably some of the most powerful people in our country. They're appointed for life. You can only get appointed by a president, and,
really?
It looks like you can really do about anything and not get fired. And so here are two different stories. The Obama-appointed federal judge who sent Todd Chrisley to prison was caught having sex in her chamber during work hours for 2 years.
Who cares?
She lied to investigators about. Well, this is the thing, Gene. She lied to investigators about it. So if you go in front of her and lie, you're going to get put in prison. But it's okay for her to lie. Lying to a federal agent is what Martha Stewart didn't go to prison for 18 months for insider stock tips and or trading. She went to prison for lying to a federal agent. So
she looks like she's just old enough just to be right involved.
Yeah.
She likes sex.
Well, yeah, I'm sure she does.
The report claims the judge had sex on at least 5 occasions over a 2-year.
Now this isn't some circuit of the 12th Circuit of Florida. This is a federal judge appointed by Barack Obama, appointed by a president. And she's having sex with what looks to be the Atlanta police chief.
Yeah, it is the police chief, yeah.
We had a damn president have sex in the White House. Who cares?
her chambers with a high-ranking police officer.
Gene, I don't got a problem with it, but she lied about it and it has been found to have lied.
Oh.
If you're a federal judge and you lie, well,
who did she lie to? Some people you don't matter.
The FBI.
Oh, okay.
The federal, the Department of Justice. The people
saying, listen, I'm a federal judge. I got laid, so what?
I'm a federal judge. I got laid, so what?
Employees interviewed during the investigation described multiple incidents where they allegedly heard people having sex through the walls. One court clerk testified to hearing what was described as unsettling noises, kissing, and music coming from the judge's chambers.
Why should the everyday person care about these allegations?
Exactly.
The American legal system depends on honesty and truthfulness.
This investigator.
And here's the deal, man. Turn it around. And you, me, Gene, the next guy, lie to a federal agent or a federal investigator, whether it's with the DOJ or the FBI, and if we lie to them, we're going to jail. We are going to jail for no less than a year for lying to a federal agent.
For a year?
Yes, for at least a year. That carries at least a year. No probation. Martha Stewart never, ever, 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 ever had been in any trouble, and when she lied to a federal agent about stock trading, I think she got 18 months.
The report did not identify the judge or the officer, but multiple sources confirmed to Channel 2 that federal judge Eleanor Ross and Atlanta Police Deputy Chief Kelly Collier were the two accused. In the complaint, the judge's employee said she attended a primary election victory party for a district attorney on May 21st, 2024. A source provided Channel 2 this photo showing Ross at that party. The order also says the judge presided over a hearing the following day. Channel 2 obtained federal court records showing Ross presided over a supervised release hearing on May 22nd, 2024. And regarding the officer, the chief judge wrote the officer has worked for the PD since 1998, later adding that the officer has held this role since 2025. Atlanta police records show Collier joined the department in 1998, and his LinkedIn profile reflected a promotion in 2025. That LinkedIn page has since been taken down. I reached out to Ross, but a representative responded with no comment. The chief judge has already issued...
By the way, she's not just the judge. She's the chief judge. That means she is the highest ranking federal judge in this particular jurisdiction.
And so she was doing that guy.
Like Florida has upper, middle, and lower. And so there's 3 districts of federal judges in Florida. I would say Atlanta probably Georgia probably has 2 or 3.
Ross
and she's the highest ranking within what might be the the middle district of Georgia.
Reprimand, and she agreed to write apology letters to her employees. She was also reprimanded for attending a political event, as federal judges are prohibited from participating in political activities.
Yeah, federal judges can't go to prosecuting attorneys' victory parties or anything like that, because you could show biased.
Yeah,
right.
Be like, hold on, man. You're this prosecuting attorney representing the state of Georgia is trying to, indict a guy federally. He has to go in front of Your Honor, who she was just in this particular incident. We got a little ahead of ourselves, but she attended a prosecuting attorney's victory party on one night. And then the next day, that prosecuting attorney appeared in front of her the next day for trying to get a guy like that.
For the victory party for getting a job or winning a case?
Because he won re-election.
I sent you
won
the
re-election.
audio. I sent you the audio.
The chief judge said harsher discipline was not imposed.
So, you can't go to a guy's victory party. He just got re-elected as the state attorney who, this guy brings cases in front of you federally. And how could you ever be fair to the person So
you got to hate on all the lawyers around?
No, but you can't attend. You can't have bias. You can't attend. You can't hang out with them.
I don't see where the bias comes from.
Gene, if you hang out with somebody privately, or you're their friend privately, and you attend victory parties of them winning a re-election for being a prosecuting attorney, and that person appears in front of you, you just naturally are not going to be unbiased.
Gene, can you imagine some of the judges were just, if you saw them out and about partying with Mark Ober back in the day? Wouldn't you think that judge was a little...
You're going to think you're going to get a fair shake?
Yeah, probably not.
It was because of the judge's exemplary service to the court, along with the fact the judge...
Fantastic.
I sent you the audio.
I'd like to see the video of her getting smoked over that desk.
Oh, well, you can listen to the audio.
Yeah,
or maybe this is Wild Animals. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what this is.
No.
Maybe this is wild animals. Say it, Lummy.
Wild animals.
Yeah,
that snuck in some offices.
So hold on here. There might be a.
So he's listening to ear to the wall.
No, so Gene, this is what was submitted by the employees of this judge. So each judge.
This is the blame.
So judges have like 6 or 7 people that work for them. They got a clerk.
That's
they
a
got
thick door.
they got a paralegal. They got a magistrate. They got
could be anybody in there.
2 or 3 clerks that look up all their case law. And, so you have employees as a federal judge that work directly under you and for you.
And they told on her.
And they recorded this in her.
Damn, he hit her from the butt.
Now that's not inconspicuous. Let me sneak you in. Let me sneak you in and we get a quickie over the desk.
No, he slipped into the wrong spot. She got Damn. He's one of them real black guys.
That is the evidence that was presented. And then oddly enough, as I'm looking up federal judges, Lummy, Orlando has a case.
Oh. Well, a federal judge who may have been based here in Florida is in a bit of trouble. And when we tell you why, you might be a little stunned at the problem here.
Stunned.
Court documents filed last Friday from the Committee on Judicial Conduct show the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals found one of their judges had an extramarital affair with a high-ranking law enforcement officer. It says that they were having relations in the judge's chambers.
So this is maybe a local guy that's blasting a high-ranking police, potentially, I'm assuming, a high-ranking female police officer.
During business hours and within earshot of staff multiple times over the course of 2 years, so other people could hear what was going on. It also says the judge made false statements to the chief circuit judge and chief district judge.
Judge privately reprimanded and can't serve on any committees. Big deal.
While they were investigating the affair, the judge was privately reprimanded, so we don't know who that person is, but the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals does cover Florida. They also will never be allowed to serve as a chief judge and will indefinitely refrain from serving on any judicial committee.
But still gets paid.
So got away. Still gets paid, still keeps its job, and could potentially still blast.
Yeah.
Maybe just not blast at work. Maybe it's not good for you judges to be blasting crickets at work.
Yeah, I'm getting loud,
too. For 2 years, and now we don't even get to find out who they were.
I mean, other people heard what was happening, so something was going on.
You're not going to go out of your way to do it at work if it ain't worth it.
So,
of course you're going to scream.
My buddy Wags from Indiana sends this to me yesterday. This is the Law and Crime Network. They have unbelievable amount of subscribers and reach, and this guy does a thing called Sidebar. And so he had a coroner on from Richland County, Virginia, and they broke down the Hogan deal. And Wags was full hot because Court TV 100% used the audio from our program.
Oh.
Then try to say it came from Brooke Hogan's ex. Well, Brooke Hogan's ex Twitter account is Ms. Hogan. And it's locked up. It's private. It's, like she doesn't allow people to go to it unless she approves. Now, she's got quite a bit, but realistically, the Court TV took all of this, all of the excerpts that they play when they're walking through the Hulk Hogan shocking cause of death revealed sidebar segment that's nearly 40 minutes long. When they play the Brooke Hogan stuff, it's absolutely taken from our show. I mean, we've put more pieces of Brooke Hogan audio out there than anybody. We've made them into shorts. We've made them very convenient so you don't have to listen to them long form. Gary has just done an unbelievable job with using AI to backfill some of the footage and video and some of the visual stuff. And we have taken the high spots of Brooke cutting a promo and being mad about this and really nicely delivered it to you on every one of our formats, whether it's TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Like, Lummy, we have distributed it everywhere.
Yep.
And Wags, my buddy from Elkhart, Indiana, is like, I am tired of these, pretty big time news outlets and stuff that steal your stuff and don't give you credit for it. Like, it's ridiculous. And then if you watch this entire thing, I broke down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I broke down 9 pieces of timestamps to go to where, like, the coroner from Richland County, like, everybody is just believing the Clearwater PD. Nobody lives down here and knows that the influence that Scientology has on the Clearwater PD. It's my understanding, I've been told, that there's 5 of the 7 city council members of Clearwater City are Scientologists, and they own 80% of downtown.
Yes, they do.
Anybody that is a Clearwater PD, you good men and women out there that have boots on the ground and are fighting crime, chances are your superiors, your leaders are influenced by Scientology. Scientology runs the city of Clearwater. Now, Scientology doesn't have anything to do with Grady Judd. Scientology didn't have anything to do with the TPD or Chad Chronister in Hillsborough County or Grady Judd or Chris Nocco or Nienheiser and Hernando. But they have absolutely, and not Pinellas County, Bob Gutierrez, but within the confines of the city limits of Clearwater, including Clearwater Beach, Scientology runs the show. And they have things buried, and they lie. The city of Clearwater PD and detectives and sergeants and lieutenants and captains and major and the chief, they're all bought and paid for from Scientology. There's a current case that's currently being investigated. I wish I could get into it because it would blow this Hogan thing right out of the water. And they're burying it. And it's something really, really, really bad. And they're burying it to safeguard the Hogan family and Scientology. And Lummy, I don't think you even know about it.
I don't.
I can't even. I'd have to tell you and Gene, like in the garage, because of the hot mic type situation. So all these people that break down these videos, that break down the 72-page report from Clearwater PD, including but not limited to the Richland County, Virginia woman coroner who says that there's nothing. In fact, she says that this 72-page report is the most thorough investigation she's ever seen. And what's the big deal? He died of natural causes, which he may well have done. But do you know she speaks of Lummy starts referring to the toxology report.
Oh, interesting.
She starts referring to the blood draw. Well, there is none. There is none. She's like, well, according to the toxology report, there was nothing toxic. Well, is she getting a different report than I am? I mean, I got to think, Lummy, that Court TV, a media outlet like we are, they didn't get. I mean, I gotta think that the 72 pages that we got are the same 72 pages that everybody else in the world got. And Brooke Hogan, his eldest sibling or eldest child, can't even get an unredacted report. So why would Court TV get it?
Yeah.
So what are you looking at? When these people break this tape down and say, well, listen, there was nothing in the toxology report that would lead to anything illicit or, not anything controversial. There is no toxology report. Well, the coroner determined that it was natural causes because the toxology report didn't come back with it. There is no toxology report. There is no blood sample. I read, Lummy, you and I have read all 72 pages multiple times, and there is not a toxology report.
No.
I also got some information late in the day, I'm not going to mention a guy's name, that gave me an unbelievable heads up, and he let this information be known to Clearwater detectives a day or two after this all went down, and they dismissed him. Nowhere in the report to be found. When you read the 72 pages, there's no mention of having a meeting with this guy. He met a Clearwater detective and told him some information that I think might be the missing puzzle of this whole case. And they dismissed him and told him, no, that's stupid. And it's not stupid at all. Some people, I'm going to leave you with this. I don't know if I'm going to break this down or not. I think people might be Hoganed out. But I do have, I feel like I kind of need to, because the media and the people, even Court TV, people that break stuff like this down and try to get to the bottom of the truth are completely bamboozled because they think that they're dealing with a reputable agency that would never be unethical with regards to being influenced by a group like the Scientologists.
New York Greg's pretty worldly, and I was talking to him.
He's a super speeder too.
Oh, so
yeah, just want to let you know that.
I was talking to him the other day, yesterday, and we were talking about the Scientology, and he kept asking me, "Are you for real that they're this dangerous? Like you guys are kind of scared of them?"
I'm just telling you right now. I have priced out professional surveillance that I'm going to put throughout the woods. And I have some now, but pretty much just the perimeter of my home and the studios. But I'm in the process, Lummy, of hiring a professional surveillance company to put in like these really, really, not expensive, but very, very good solar powered surveillance system all throughout the woods and the border of my property.
Yeah, they don't turn on until something moves.
Because I am worried that the Scientologists, and I'm going to say it right now, on Wednesday, June 10th at 7:06 Eastern, now 7:07, I think the Scientologists are going to try to kill me.
They're not going to kill me because I love them guys.
Okay, well, they're not going to kill. I think
That's
they're
what y'all know out there, Clearwater Scientologists.
I think, Lemmy, they're going to kill me
you.
because I have two things that I'm working on right now that would absolutely be so disruptive to them that it would
going to mess with their money.
They're going to get. Well, it's going to mess with it. It's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad.
Why do you want to do it then?
Because
you're outnumbered.
It's the right thing to do. And I have. What is my reputation?
I know what your reputation is.
It's hammering authorities that are, I'm the people's hammer. And I haven't had a good people's hammer gimmick in a while.
I got a good one now.
If people don't think Scientology, I got this from Average Joe. He looks like the city of Clearwater is handing over streets in Clearwater, Clearwater, just so Scientology can build their. This thing looks massive.
Clearwater set to hand down street over to Scientologists for a flagship venue. You're going to try to tell me right now, guys, that Scientology doesn't own at Clearwater? This is what they're going. I think these two things are already.
No, only
built.
one of them is
this
hotel.
This is built.
Yeah,
that's built.
They're getting ready to build this. It's with a 3-2 Clearwater City Council vote approving a street handover. The Church of Scientology Flag Services Organization won a tentative victory in its downtown expansion efforts. The Church of Scientology's spiritual headquarters is in the heart of downtown Clearwater, maybe one step to completion closer. Over the past decade, the church has swiftly ramped up its development projects, fueling city planning and community concerns about the downtown's future. In a city council vote last Thursday by 3-2 to hand the church one block of South Garden Avenue, Scientology's flagship service organization intends to build a long-planned flagship L. Ron Hubbard Hall, an all-glass auditorium and plaza on the property. The move means the general public may lose the legal right to drive, walk, or travel on the road, but the church must remain open. Must open the hall within 6 years. Scientology attorney Robert Potter insisted the venue, hall, and plaza plan for the site. Blah 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 blah. This is what they're going to build. This right here and all of this infrastructure.
Right around the block from there, I just did a carousel for a guy that's a Scientologist.
Will you Google
So I'm
how
friends with him.
many Scientologists are on the city of Clearwater Council?
Yes.
And I'm just telling you, I got two things.
They own, they do own 200 properties in Clearwater alone.
They own 200 properties.
Just in Clearwater.
Just in Clearwater.
Yeah.
200 properties in Clearwater.
Is that not good?
Gee, they own everything.
Clearwater.
They run the city. Hold on, let me just tell you this, Gene. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in Muhammad. They believe in a God named Xenu. And they believe that this guy named L. Ron Hubbard, who was a science fiction author and writer in the 50s, came up with this make-believe Star Wars type deal where there's this planet Xenu, a god named Xenu that you have to take all these courses and that he has developed to become clear. And they literally have what they call an e-meter. They hook you up to this machine and you hold like 2 soup cans and they ask you these questions and they monitor your electric current within your body, and they determine how clear you are. And if you become a Scientologist, you have to sell everything that you own and move into their Fort Harrison hotel and take Scientology classes all day. And you can't own a house, you can't own a car, you have to hand all your personal wealth over to them.
So they're only getting stupidity people.
Yeah.
Because you got to be stupid to do that.
Exactly. They're probably only getting stupid people. And then they use the people like Tom Cruise and John Travolta. And it's my opinion they were trying to recruit Hulk Hogan because Sky Daniels, his wife, her family, her mom and dad are like some of the highest ranking levels of Scientology. Her father has a very shady past if you look into him. And so her mom and dad are Scientologists. She was a former Scientologist until she met Hogan. Then supposedly she quit Scientology and became a Christian Baptist kind of deal, got baptized with Hogan and everything. But she's right back to Scientology. And if I'm going to be intellectually honest and just let the cat out of the bag, the reason why Hogan got mad at Brooke is that Brooke took him to lunch one day because a bunch of people reached out to her and said, listen, the person that Hogan's getting ready to marry is a former Scientologist. She's faking the funk. She still is. Her parents are on the highest level, and I wouldn't trust her. I know her background, and I'm not going to get into that, but you need to tell your dad not to do it. Brooke then took Terry aside, told him what she had found out. Sky found out that Brooke did that, and it was her life mission to talk nothing but crap to Brooke. And Hogan at that time, listen, I mean, what wins, vagina or your daughter? Vagina always wins. So when you got vagina that you're hooked up to, telling you how much of a piece of shit.
For a guy that can get it anywhere.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Jeez.
That's how it all started. That's the backstory of it all.
Looks like 3 they're not proclaimed to be Scientologists, but they vote, it looks like, for everything Scientology.
3 out of 5 are Scientologists. And what was the vote?
3-2.
3-2.
Oh, and it looks like they just voted in this. Mark Bunker, who was big time anti-Scientology on the Clearwater Council, lost to this guy Ryan Cotton, who's big time Scientology.
Yeah.
And guess who backed him?
Oh,
Anna Luna, whatever her name is.
Oh yeah, Anna Luna. So, Gene, here's the deal. If you're on the city council and you're not a Scientologist, I mean, what wins most elections? Money. Who's got the most money?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
If you're a board member of the city of Clearwater and you're not a Scientologist and you're voting against the nonsense of them taking over your city, they just prop up one of their Scientology members to run against you, and they put they'll put $3-4 million into that guy's account for a local bullcrap city council race.
Huh.
And then they win. Right now it looks like they have 3 members on the city council.
Well,
and what was the vote?
At least they make Clearwater look good.
What was the vote again?
3-2.
3-2.
Clearwater is in a beautiful shape right now.
No, Clearwater's in trouble. And you people won't and can't do anything about it. And if I die, they killed me. I'm just telling you that.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
I'll do a break it down today.
Perfect.
Kind of crazy that they're so different in life and they can still get members. Yeah, and the money members, like.
They have like a TV network now. It's on like channel 6.
Oh, really?
7, 5, 6.
And they teach it over the air.
Oh, yeah, it's 24/7 same college. Yeah, you should check. It's under cable.
Wow. Man, if they were smart, they'd have bought Bubba. Rolled in there, made him be a Scientologist, and paid him.
Lummy, it looks like Erica's going to order both blue and black.
Yeah, it looks like you got 2. Yeah, that's good. That's true.
Thank you, Johnny K. Thank you, Gloria.
I think Group Left t-shirt well. Is that Felix? Is there a Felix?
Let me check Gary on the podcast. Give me
Yeah, I said he
names.
He was,
Is he running into some?
no, he got kind of taken on doing some stuff, some upload stuff. So he stepped away from his computer for a minute.
I'm trying to take my first one on Monday.
Yeah, I got it. I got it in my little notes. 6:13. Does that make sense? 6:15? Yeah. Yeah, 6:15. Yeah, he's good, Bubba.
I forget. Maybe him or you can email me what the name is.
Okay, we'll send it in the email so you have it on record.
And where we have secured that name at.
Okay.
You know, Insta, Face, Tik, YouTube. I'm sure it's got to be on YouTube.
Well, yeah, that's where we usually start.
YouTube and Face. It's got. Hopefully, it'll be the same. I'm sure it will be. I did something to my fucking shoulder last. I don't know if I slept on it wrong.
You need a massage?
What?
You need a little rub down?
No. We got a guy on one.
Yeah, sir, you call it back. Let's
see what he wants to talk about.
Good morning, Bubba Lustman Show. All right, hold on. All right, hold on one second. He wants to talk about Scientology. He's done a lot of research.
Okay.
Did the guy pay good money for his Ferris wheel or whatever?
Who?
The guy pay good money for his Ferris wheel or whatever you did for him?
The powder coating for Clearwater. He doesn't remember his lies.
It's a carousel that I did. I did all the gold rings and I did all the gold spears that go up through the horse.
We got any rain coming, Lummy?
Supposedly today and tomorrow.
And then all the flat brackets that go under the horse that hold the horse up.
I have heard that Scientology pay really well.
Huh?
They pay their vendors really well.
Oh, I told them a price and they just said yeah.
I used to sell
like the rods that go up from the horse, they spin. So like, you know, as the horse moves up.
Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. All at the Bubba Army now returns.
Got a caller that wants to talk about Scientology a little bit. Go ahead. Not going to go too long-winded on you, but what do you got for me, bud?
Yeah, I just wanted to say to you that I've done a lot of research, or, just regular Google, whatever. These guys are really dangerous.
I know.
And if you think they're coming after you, be very careful. Like, people don't realize that countries are outlawing them. I would literally outlawing them, and the U.S. government is propping them up.
I don't know. I don't know if the U.S. government's propping it up. I think
the
U.S.
I'm sorry. They're treating them fairly when they're really a dangerous organization.
I know they are. I've been warned, and that's why I'm putting extra surveillance up. And that's why I'm just telling. I got a house alarm, and I got a rabid pit bull that will first get you, and then once I hear her bark, I'm gonna get my judge, which is basically a shotgun in a hand, based with a 6-shooter gimmick. I got that. I'm gonna put in you. Merch, she's strapped.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just saying, I'm the stuff. I have a couple pieces of information that could potentially really be bad for the Scientologists that I'm still validating, working on, and I'm not at liberty to speak about right now.
Who's the actress that turned away from them and she went full film?
Oh, was it Lee Remy?
Yeah, Lee Remy.
You know what? She might be a good guest because she really is insightful. And
well, there's another guy. There's another guy in Clearwater, and his name's Aaron. And I'm waiting he wants to come on the show, and he's got a fairly large following. He's got like as much as we do on YouTube, if not more. And it's called Growing Up in Scientology or something like that, his podcast. And he grew up until he was an adult at 18 and could break away from his mom and dad. He grew up a Scientologist and then broke off, and and they screw with him all the time. They just put him in jail. I mean, he just got out of jail. He had to spend 3 or 4 days in jail for trespassing because he gets dead up in their ass. And so I'm going to have him on when I have my information that I need to, probably another, 4 to 6 weeks. I got, private investigators that are looking at it. I got a couple different people that are handling this information that I have. When I can talk about that information, I'll have I think his name's Aaron. The growing up Scientology guy.
Yeah, Aaron Smith.
But I'm going to have him on when I have my nuclear bomb to drop. I'm going to have him on to help me drop it.
Well, I salute you, but I really think you're jumping into the belly of evil in our society. I really
so be it. I mean, that's what I do, my friend. I'm the people's hammer.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
I just sent you real quick, if you want to show Gene how much they own. It's a map of downtown Clearwater. And it marks how much they own.
Yeah, Gene. And so you let me know if you would want to.
If you click on it, yeah, there you go.
There you go. So, Gene,
Gene's mic's off.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, Gene, the red is what they own.
And yellow, too.
Oh, red and yellow.
Yellow is owned by the church. The red is owned by members of the Scientology that have gifted it to the church.
Yeah, so red and yellow, Gene. Red and yellow are owned by
So the red somebody bought and gave it to the church?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Yep.
Yellow, the church bought outright. Red, somebody else bought it.
Can we kind of sub off of these guys?
No. And so, you got to understand, this is Gulf to Bay /60, which is the main, road that takes you to the beach. This is kind of like Main Street, if you will, of Clearwater. Look at this. All of that block, some of this block, all of that entire block. I mean, if
all the way over to Drew.
If that doesn't concern you, and I don't know how Ron DeSantis or anybody that's higher ranking than city council members in the city of Clearwater, why our state government has not stepped in and say this is a monopoly. This is
did. That's why they had to do the red ones, because the yellow ones they limited how much the Church of Scientology could buy in Clearwater. So then they made a law, and then Scientology got smart and started having all these companies pop up that weren't under Scientology and started buying all this property.
They got harbor entrances too there.
Yeah.
They can bring boats in, send boats out.
it's just it's amazing. I think our new tactical bags, we burn through those. We started with black, then we went to like the black camo, and then we went to camo, and then we went to we just keep burning through these. It's my daily carrier of when I go out and I need to carry my gun, my knife, my credit cards, my phone, my wallet, my car keys, your tactical bag, and it slings right over your shoulder. And it's got the badass Bubba Army patch. Maybe, Lummy, you can send me a link to it. Merch Crick says that it's up. Bubba Army merch, Bubba Army store, Bubba Army shop, and the new tactical bags are up. And if you could get those to me, Lummy. Yep. So, yeah, you don't think this is a problem? Well, I think this is a problem.
And that's just downtown Clearwater, Gene.
But how did it become a problem? Just because they own a lot of property.
Well,
they're going to border it off and keep us from...
Because it's not... Those properties are in prime real estate potential shopping areas for the people that live in Clearwater, and they're not open to the public. And so it's a monopoly, and it's just not right. Here is the brand new... and that's the best $30 you'll ever spend. I'm just telling you that right now. I put my wallet and my credit cards in this zipper. I put my knife and my cell phone.
That's a nice color.
And yeah, I like that color. It's got the Bubba Army thing, and then on the very back of it, you got this pouch right here that has a button on it, and you can see you can keep your gun right there.
Yeah.
So if you need to quickly get it, you take this and you sling it over your shoulder, and you got everything in once. Bubba Army store, Bubba Army shop, BubbaArmyMerch.com. We just got a new allotment of tactical bags. So let me get into this a little bit. I'm going to try to get through it pretty quickly, but this shows how misinformed credible news sources. Now, Court TV and the sidebar program they have within their little ethosphere is a very credible thing. I love this sidebar segment. He breaks it down. This guy's very intelligent, and he breaks down cases, as it's happening in real time. And, this just got released on Friday, and he is not calling any shady business because he doesn't live here and know the influences of Scientology. And then his expert report that he gets, the expert witness that he gets is a coroner, a woman from Richland County, Virginia, and she refers collectively to the toxology report no less than 8 times. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody, please. Where is this toxology report that you speak of? I read all 72 pages. Nowhere to be found.
Nope.
She talks about a blood draw at 33 minutes and 42 seconds. She talks about, and then she's kind of doesn't dress down Brooke, but she's very sympathetic. And she's like, Brooke, you're just grieving. There's nothing here. There's nothing illicit that went on. Your dad had a lot of ailments, and he did, but there's nothing illicit here. Well, that may be true because he had leukemia, kidney failure, heart issues, the phrenic valve, the phrenic nerve. He had a lot of issues, and you know what? Hogan could have very well just have died of a heart attack, or his body just couldn't breathe anymore because he was just exhausted. Leukemia makes you exhausted. Kidney failure is not conducive to having a long life. All the things he had wrong with him, and he could have very well just taken his last breath peacefully in his recliner.
In his own home.
And that's the way it might have gone down. I think we have, at least a 50-50 shot of that's the way it went down. But I think a toxology report and what Hogan had in his system could be very instrumental, because one of the byproducts, whether it was, remember Crush / Brian Adams, the famous wrestler from Tampa, Andrew Test Martin, these guys all died of opiate overdoses. And the thing that happens when you die from an opiate overdose is you just quietly stop breathing. And so if Court TV and their very famous franchise called Sidebar is going to bring an expert coroner in, and they're going to refer to the reason why the District 6 medical examiner sanctioned by the state of Florida for the county of Clearwater, if his response as to why he didn't do an autopsy was because there were no signs of trauma to the body, and the toxology report didn't say of any. Well, what toxology report? If we're going by the 72 pages that the city of Clearwater released, where is the toxology report? Where is the blood swatch? Where in those 72 pages it mentions the words toxology report? Lummy, I've read it 3 times. You've read it 5 times.
And it's not in there.
It's not in there. The word's not in there. So you, as an expert coroner, can't double down and keep reverting back to the reason why the medical examiner didn't do the initial autopsy is because of the toxology report. Are you just assuming that there was one provided to him and you've not seen it? Because I promise you haven't seen it, because it's not within the 72 pages they released. So, and then the coroner's like, I really applaud the family for getting a private autopsy done. Yeah, a private autopsy 30 days after he'd been embalmed, 30 days after he'd been in a freezer.
So this lady must be going off of when they made a slight comment on the private autopsy where it says there was no significant toxicology factor, so they ruled it out.
I understand that,
yeah,
but that's not. That autopsy's not publicly available.
No.
They only gave you a summary of it. And, I don't know how valid a toxology report is 30 days after a body's been dead. Right? 30 days after a body's been in the freezer for 30 days. I don't know how valid a toxology report is. So I'm going to actually, let me...
you think something's going to evaporate out of them?
Well, yeah, I mean... When they embalm you, Gene, they drain your blood and they embalm you. They put formaldehyde in you to preserve you. So,
why are you free? Why are you being froze?
Yeah,
I thought they just froze you and then they embalmed you when they got ready to make you go in a casket.
No, I don't know the protocol as to how that happens. I just know that you should have done a toxology report just like you did on Matthew Perry, just like you did on Michael Jackson, just like you do on every famous person that dies, Gene Hackman and what have you. And if you have arguably the most famous person ever to live in this state, let alone pissant little county, and he's coming and you want to cover your ass, and or you're bought and paid for like everybody else in this city, and you just want to move this thing right along. Because if you do a toxology report, I promise you, I've spent an extensive amount of time with the guy. I have some inside information. You would have found a whole bunch of bad stuff, in my opinion.
Well, maybe the people were just lazy, not doing their job.
Okay, well, what does that equate to?
United
States.
States.
That equates to this whole crap storm that we're currently involved in.
Yeah.
This all could have been laid to rest. I wouldn't have anything to say. Brooke wouldn't have anything to say. There wouldn't be a conspiracy element to this particular case had they just done their job. And the excuse for not doing their job is they wanted to save the taxpayers of Pinellas County $1,000 when they have a $4 million budget. They wanted to save $1,000, and Brooke and other people offered to pay for it. And inevitably, when the family finally 30-some days later did get an autopsy, they paid for it. But just like Gene, if somebody's coming up to you and they're a customer and they want something powder-coated a certain way, you're going to powder-coat it their way.
No, not really.
Well, I'm just saying. When somebody hires you to do, as a pathologist, if somebody hires you to do an autopsy and you don't have to report back to the police as it being truthful, you can Iggy it one way or the other.
Oh, sure you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That guy wants your $2,000 like the next guy.
You slip right by something and just say,
hey, listen, Johnny Pathologist, I want you to do the autopsy of my dad. I want the toxology to come back 100% clean.
You can't say that.
The hell you can't. The hell you can't, my friend. Absolutely, you can.
I think most people have enough scruples in their head not to be doing that.
Yeah, well,
well, I guess that you can be bought and paid for anybody.
When you got a $25 million estate and up for grabs, my friend, people do stupid stuff.
Yeah, I bet they do.
I'll be back with that next.
Bubba, you're hot.
Bubba-isms are the best thing in the world, man.
It's fun. It's so much fun.
Bubba the Love Sponge. We love you, Bubba.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Coins being thrown at us. What's the deal?
No coins being thrown. Just Johnny K is the only one that throwed any coins.
Yeah, I know, man. Let's go. Quit light putting me.
Nobody throwed any coins our way, my friend.
Good morning, Bubba Love Sponge Show.
Thank you, Will Wilson.
So, Lummy, how do I make my left side move?
Power pick it.
It's been staying right there the whole time.
Is it?
Yeah, it ain't moved.
Well, hey, you're gonna hold on for 5 minutes. We'll be back. No, it's fine. Yeah. All right, no problem. Hold on. Christopher Lehman, $20.
Thank you.
Guy on one. He don't.
Guy on one what?
He his two parents were in Scientology. They committed suicide, and the church stole all their stuff, and he's been fighting.
I'll get to
for
him.
They probably didn't steal a damn thing. They signed it over.
There you go. There you go. I don't know why that froze. New York Greg, $20. Thank you, New York Greg.
Thank you, New York Greg. I'm working on your gimmick.
I didn't see where you guys are talking about the flagman. It went by too quickly. By the time I fixed my screen, it zipped by. So I don't know what you said. Let's go. Hit the thumbs up. That's right there, Merchant. Tell him. Let's go. Thumbs up, Willie. Organic Gene. Good morning. Mike from Mass. Iggy McGillicuddy. Jeff Coy Kendall. Morning. The flagman was a jacket. Borderline, bro. He should have let it go for the show that would have been put on to help that place get bigger. Is what I'm disgusted about, because they don't know how to perform. They don't know how to put a show on. They choose to stop it. You know, Cooper, good morning. Florida Cracker, good morning. Iggy McGillicuddy. Gene's flagman replacement fund. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to let him know. I've got the ability to try anyway. Jeff Schwartz, morning. Snook Slayer. No, I didn't run over no flag, man. He just. I got robbed. Yeah, all is well there, Steve. Steve, Zan. A lot of Z's in that name, bro. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I wouldn't mind coming up there, but you know, just getting my help to go up there to race up in a different state like that, that's the hard part. Yeah, it's thumbs up, guys.
Semi-Auto Glass is a family-owned business ran by the brothers Michael and Travis Hatscombe with over 40 years of combined family experience in the auto glass industry. They bring a wealth of knowledge to every job, whether it's semis, whether it's heavy equipment, or whether it's your fleet. Semi-Auto Glass meets all of your auto and truck glass needs. Windshield, back glass, door glass, and automatic window repair. So easy to get a hold of. 813-245-1936 or semiautoglass.com.
Splintered memories looming up out of the time fog.
Lost somewhere between fiction and reality.
Madness. It made no sense at all.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I had a dude that said his parents were Scientology and they killed themselves. And he wanted to talk about it, but he literally couldn't hold for the 4.5 minutes. So if you'd like to call back, I'll get to you.
Iggy McGillicuddy, $20.
Iggy, I love you, buddy.
New York Greg, $20.
New York Greg, I'm on it.
Christopher Lemon, $20.
All right, man, coined it up.
Man.
Listen, man, if the Scientologist people kill themselves, that ain't good for Scientology because they can't give them no more money.
And
not if you give them everything.
He's on it.
Thank you to all. Hopefully, Creatine Travis is working on our thermostat.
He is. He said that.
I'm afraid I'm burning my other one up.
He said that he's just waiting for it to come in.
What are you burning
Bubba's FF Medic Matt, $10, and Big E 7375, $50.
Man, Big E, I love you. I just emailed you something, Big E. I need your help on. So this is sidebar. I'm going to play the entrance, the intro to the deal, and this guy, I find myself watching this guy a lot. He breaks down various court cases and things of legal matters that are happening within the judicial system, whether it's murders, whether it's the Hulk Hogan death certificate, final report from Clearwater PD. He really, I watch this guy's stuff a lot. And so my buddy Wags from Elkhart, Indiana, sends this to me because I guess they released it yesterday. And he's like, man, why couldn't they just credit you? Because that's where they got these excerpts when they quote Brooke. They got them from you. Why are you so blackballed? Why are you so canceled? Why are you so hated that they can't even circle back and give you proper credit for them stealing the exclusive interview that I had with Brooke Hogan? And I'm like, I don't know. It's very disheartening. It really is. So I'm going to break this down and I'm going to pick this thing apart. And this is how the average media source or the average people perceive this as to how it happens. And the city of Clearwater thinks that everybody's just a bunch of homers and we're all just going to sit here and take it. Well, I'm not. I'm not going to sit here and take it. I have additional information. By the way, Lummy, I just got Merch Crick just got a hold of me, and we're doing both watches.
Oh, great!
So there you go.
Oh hopefully, man, I gotta buy both of them.
Gene, you won't buy nothing. I'll give one to you, please.
I want
you're
one
VIP.
of each.
I know. I'll give you one of each.
Wow.
I'm never going to charge you nothing for nothing, buddy. Please, you come in here every Wednesday and Friday, kick ass for me. I appreciate you. Gonna get you one.
I'm barefooted, bro.
I know you are. Thank you. Lummy, the serial tracker inner.
The serial tracker.
You know,
I thought I was. I felt bad about what happened because.
Anyway, we'll get into that later. Here it is. This is. I'm just not going to sit here and take it. And all you other media sources can sit here and think that City of Clearwater is legitimate. Now, the men and women that work as officers for the City of Clearwater, I'm not trying to talk any type of disrespect or smack to them. They do their jobs, but they can't help who governs them and who the chief is and so forth and so on. Controlled, bought, and paid for, in my opinion, by the Church of Scientology. Now, here it is. I'm going to pick this thing apart. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 timestamps. Let me that I'm going to fast forward to and just absolutely shred this thing to pieces.
There's so many surgeons. The phrenic nerve is a nerve that involves respiratory.
This is by the way, this is the occupational therapist.
Iggy McGillicuddy, $20. Gene's Watch Fund.
Thank you, Iggy. Iggy's throwing out the cash today, Iggy, man. He must got a couple of body jobs. So, this is the occupational McCamey, and this is literally within minutes of them loading up Hogan into the ambulance and him. This is the driveway of Hogan's house, and this is the occupational therapist, and he's kind of talking a little bit out of his ass, meaning like he's an expert on the phrenic nerve. When realistically, he's getting that information from his little medical tablet that he has right there.
Yeah.
And he later goes on, and we actually played this yesterday, but he later goes on and says that he really got the information from Bubba the Love Sponge. Did you know that, Gene?
No.
This guy actually admits to the detective. So this is July 24th, 2025, the day, minutes after Hogan's been whisked away and pronounced dead when he got to the hospital. Then they want to go back. They come back in November and do another interview with him because it's not uncommon for them to, interview a couple different times. And then in the November interview, when he was in his car and he didn't want to be interviewed, he later admitted that he might have been talking some smack, shouldn't have really been acting like he was an expert on the phrenic nerve, and admits that he heard it on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
He tried to blame you for being wrong.
And then the officer goes, yeah, I've heard it too.
Yeah, but Bubba, he's looking at his medical tablet, which was in the police report of that he was going off of what he was supplied from Tampa General. That's what the tablet right there is Hogan's medical chart.
So why would he, on a second interview, completely abandon that, which seems legitimate?
Maybe because someone told him that that's what they need to do?
Exactly.
Okay. And if you slice that, which is hard to do, the doctor. Okay.
So he said right there, the doctor screwed up. That's what he said.
Yeah, he's holding the medical record.
Right. He's holding the medical record. That's their opinion within this medical record on his little medical tablet. And he says, and the guy from Sidebar even says it. Listen.
After almost a year, we are finally getting a lot more information in the investigation into Hulk Hogan's death. What is newly released?
And you guys are all a bunch of suckers. Just to sit there and lay down on the 72 pages and not try to blow holes in it like I am.
Body cam and a comprehensive police report tell us about what happened to the wrestling icon and why his daughter says there are still a lot more questions. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Jesse Weber.
I like the guy, but Jesse, your producers ripped my audio off. You try to then say that it was courtesy of TMZ or X or something like that when I know it wasn't. I know where you got it from, and you can't even throw me a bone. I mean, my God, the occupational therapist talks about where he got the majority of his Hulk Hogan information, and then it's only doubled down by the detective to say, yeah, I've heard it too.
We have a lot more details now into the death of wrestling icon Hulk Hogan. We have covered this before on Sidebar, but now we have videos, we have a 72-page police report, and most importantly, an official cause of death. And here's the thing. I'm going to read from the report, but I'm going to bring on a coroner to make sense of what all this means, to understand it. Now,
and the coroner's horrible. She just lays down on the 72 pages like that's the gospel, and we've shot holes in that thing.
If you recall, back on July 24th, 2025,
I think I can fast
Hulk
forward
Hogan,
here.
Real name Terry Gene Bollea, stopped breathing at his Clearwater, Florida home. His wife, Sky Daly Hogan, had called 911. She and an occupational therapist and a home health aide were all reportedly performing CPR on him until the first responder.
All right. So I'm fast forward now, Lummy. And I want you to listen for the word. Now, if there is no toxology report, and never in the 72 pages, Lummy, was the word narcotics ever mentioned. Am I right?
I don't believe so, no.
The words narcotics were never mentioned. And it's our opinion that he might have died of narcotics, opiate-based narcotics. I want you to listen to what this occupational therapist says. And it's at 2:58, and I swear to God he says the word narcotics. Now, this is literally the occupational therapist that's standing in Hogan's driveway 5 minutes after they've loaded Hogan up. Hogan right now currently is in an ambulance headed to the Morton Platte Hospital. That's how fresh this wound is and how fresh this testimony is. Listen to if you don't hear the word narcotics, because I did.
Okay. He ate very little. A couple of berries on this one. Was up throughout the night.
So he ate very little. He was up throughout the night. Did you hear that?
Yep.
Narcotics.
What?
Yep.
What?
Narcotics.
What? Did anybody hear that?
Yep.
Did anybody hear it? Did anybody hear that?
Do what? Okay. He ate very little.
Ate very little.
A couple of berries on this one. Was up throughout the night.
Was up throughout the night.
Narcotics.
What?
He had some pills to go to sleep. They were narcotics.
You know what's weird, Bubba? Again, I said this yesterday. Why didn't they interview the two night nurses? If he was up throughout the night, they gave him narcotics, maybe, supposedly, that this guy is saying. Why wouldn't they ask those nurses what they gave him?
I don't know. I would say that the night nurses might be a part of this missing puzzle that they don't want us to assemble. I now have gone to the next piece of audio where this guy now, as the occupational therapist, looking at his medical chart, he says the doctor screwed up.
Nerve is a nerve that involves respiratory. Okay. And if you slice that, which is hard to do, the doctor.
Hold on.
Ain't true.
Hold on. I want you to hear him.
So many surgeons. The phrenic nerve is a nerve that involves respiratory. Okay. And if you slice that,
which is hard to do, the doctor screwed up. Listen.
Hard to do, the doctor. Okay. But so that's out the doctor.
You caught that, right? Doctor
what did
screwed
he say
up.
right there?
He said
with his hand when he put his hand out.
He said that's off the record.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's what led to speculation that Hogan's death was maybe caused by a botched surgery. And then later on, by the way, we have another video. Months later, November 19th, 2025, as he's in his car, this occupational therapist, an officer approaches him, again, to get clarification on that, bit about the doctor. And it seems like he kind of tempers it a bit.
I was talking to the boss. He just wants one more question. In the video, you talked about how, well...
So we don't need to listen to it. I got these time stamps that make it far more efficient. So I want you to listen.
Should be it. All right. Thank you, sir. It was interesting, though. Listen to the interview on Bubba the Love Sponge the next couple days.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Plain as day. Listen to an interview on the Bubba the Love Sponge show last couple days. Listen to what the deputy says.
After that,
I've heard it.
And the guy mentioned the phrenic nerve himself. He's like, oh, it could have been, and I was like, huh.
I've heard it.
Yeah. So
you know what, hey, man, thank you.
You know who they're talking about? They're talking about Dr. Dan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you to the Clearwater PD.
But Dr. Dan said it was very easily done in that operation, and it was very hard not to even touch it. I thought that
shouldn't
was
have
what I
said
heard.
Okay. Well,
he's saying it's very easy.
This is why I'm not a doctor. I just get you stronger and get you moving.
Well, that's equally important.
I'm going to read you verbatim. Quote, according to Mrs. Bellet.
All right, so he goes on, Lummy, and just reads basically the report. It's very long. I need to get through all of this. But he does get into this right here.
Now, before I bring on our coroner to make sense of this, I want to briefly talk about Brooke Hogan.
Now, I don't know what Brooke tweeted. I don't know what she put on her Instagram. But the words that they post up that she said that they don't give me credit for, and they cite like her Twitter or something like that. First of all, I went to her Twitter. It's Ms. Hogan. It's locked down.
Yeah, it's blocked.
And you can't get it. So you're lying. Because you don't want to say that you got this via her appearance on the Bubba the Love Sponge show. I don't know why. I don't know why you have to bury me when I'm the only person that had Brooke Hogan on that said these words. And let me, you could go and look at all of our shorts that we've produced on Facebook or YouTube and find exactly what she said when they cite this.
Hogan's reportedly estranged daughter. Apparently they didn't speak in quite some time. Apparently she wasn't in his will. The report states on Thursday, August 7th, 2025, at approximately 14:31 hours, Terry Balea's daughter, Brooke Balea, contacted me in reference to information on her father, specifically whether an autopsy was spoken out.
Here we go. This is where you at, Lemmy. And Lemmy, this will happen as the executive producer of this program. This is going to make you full hot because what comes through what we present every day as a program inevitably is somewhat policed, herded, produced, and distributed by, and you're kind of the keeper of the show.
Yeah.
And when somebody doesn't give us proper credit and they steal our content, I hope that maybe potentially you reach out to Court TV and say, how dare you?
Yeah, give us some credit.
Here we go.
Investigators access to very personal information at a time when they were grieving and struggling. They added that it was, quote, extremely helpful. Here's the thing. Brooke has spoken out after all this.
Now, Lemmy, when you hear these words, you're going to be like, hold on. We got like every one of these quotes that they say Brooke Hogan said was a short that the great Gary Cantrell did. Like you can go find these exact words from us. We're the ones that put this out into the internet. And let me, quite frankly, a lot of people are using it and not giving us credit.
Well, of course
but
not.
When you're Court TV and you're a major network that covers, I would think that you would want to be way factual and stop worrying about what my reputation is. And I don't understand why I'm not, why I get, just like Wags, my buddy. It's like, why do they do this to you? Everybody knows where this information came. They lifted it from one of your shorts. Why not, as heard on the Bubba the Love Sponge show? Why not be honest? Like, what does that hurt?
Broken out after the Clearwater PD released this report. In a clip that was shared on social media, she reported...
Oh, yeah. A clip that was shared on social media. I don't think it was on her Instagram, Lummy.
No.
He said, I think my fans and I think people know me well enough to know that I have integrity. I try to keep my mouth shut. I've tried to stay out of this stuff, but dear Clearwater Police, keep my effing name out of your mouth. You have not treated me like family. You have not helped me. You have not been in touch with me like you should have been.
Now, is that not completely ripped off from our program?
Yeah.
One, Gene, you probably listened to it live.
I listened to that same thing.
Maybe I lost my privileges because I didn't attend a funeral my dad didn't want.
Gary Lummy will probably send you the short, and I'll play it.
Yeah, I'll find that.
Maybe I didn't want to see my dad paraded around like a show pony with makeup on, smelling like formaldehyde. Sorry, that's not what my dad wanted.
Nope.
Sorry that I didn't want to deal with all the shady people around.
This is exactly taken from our show.
Exactly.
And Lummy's going to find me the short. I'm going to play it.
Him. I guess that makes me not his daughter anymore, right? I guess that makes me not equal to Nick. I guess that makes me not able to get any answers. And Brooke reportedly shared a separate clip on X saying the following: I was the
You mean shared our clip?
Yeah.
That's what they mean.
One that asked for the autopsy. I offered to pay for it, but instead they're going to babyface. Oh, no, we'll do it. Okay, then why didn't you list autopsy on his final death certificate? That's my first thing. Unless that autopsy contains something that doesn't align with your narrative, because I've asked for it publicly. Nobody is trying to give it to me. Nobody is trying to be like, Brooke, shut up, here it is. If anything, don't say anything that's on it because there's something damning on there that's embarrassing for Dad. Nobody is saying anything like that. And she said that a private autopsy was conducted.
I think you just sent me the short.
Sure did.
So I just I'm beside myself. I'm beside myself that we can't even get credit.
It's our title.
People know me well enough to know that I have integrity. I try to keep my mouth shut. I've tried to stay out of this stuff. But dear Clearwater Police, keep my effing name out of your mouth. You have not treated me like family. You have not helped me. You have not been in touch with me like you should have been. There have been so many, and my family, by the way, like, I would have continued to talk to Nick.
And by the way, Lummy, they picked and choose what they didn't play. They didn't play it. They edited it. They didn't play it in its entirety.
Well, yeah. And then even
just took a piece
so
out.
the second quote Gary's even saying is that they just pieced a bunch of them together.
Right.
That we made.
You know, the fallout really happened when Nick Khan called me and was like, we extended the invite to all the WWE.
So anyway, I'm just saying, like, they blatantly ripped us off.
Yeah.
Blatantly ripped us off. Ripped us off. Let me fast. I think, here we go. Hold on.
Inconsistencies again in her.
I bet Gary's full hot because this is Gary's work.
Oh, 100%.
This is my work first, interviewing Brooke. And then it's Gary's work that made it a short to distribute it amongst the internet on social platforms. And then, you know, they ripped it off and paraphrased it.
Review between toxicology findings and medications that her father may have been taking. And according to TMZ, Brooke also...
Let me again, this is right from us.
Also said, quote, there's been a lot of inconsistencies from the beginning. I think CWPD missed the mark by not immediately making this a big investigation and not questioning everything and everybody out the gate. This should have been treated as a taped-off, lockdown, thorough investigation from day one. All right.
I like how they put just in that one, but not on the other quotes. They put via TMZ. They couldn't have literally put via the Bubba the Love
So they
Show.
give TMZ they give them their credit, but they won't give us our credit. Now, let me continue on here. This is where they bring this coroner from Richland County on, and I want you to hear what I want you to see if you hear the word toxology, as if she was privy to what was in Hogan's system via a toxology report or a blood sample. When I have read all 72 pages multiple times, Dan has read it, Jay has read it, Lummy has read it, Gary has read it, Macho has read it, Merch Crick has read it. Everybody I know, I mean, I've given it to, I think Daniel Rose has read it.
Yeah.
And nowhere is there a toxology report or a blood sample. Nowhere.
First of all, I think they had to release this, and I think that they had to do a thorough investigation, which I hope they do in every case, but there was a lot of speculation regarding Hulk Hogan. There was a lot of speculation as to his death. What about the toxicology? What'd you take from that?
All right, hold on. So where is it? If she's going to say, what about the toxicology, please, somebody, call me stupid, call me fat, call me past my prime and out of gas. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. How can this woman, who's a coroner from Richland County, Virginia, how can she, he says, tell me about the toxicology? Where is it? There is none. There is none. There is none.
Speculation regarding Hulk Hogan. There was a lot of speculation as to his death. What about the toxicology? What'd you take from that?
So the toxicology just showed that he was actually not even taking the opioid medication.
No. There was a detective that Sky talked to, that Sky said to him that he's not even taking the prescribed amount of pills he's supposed to. He's taking less. This was nothing they found in his bloodstream. This is nothing that they found in his urine. This is nothing they found from a hair follicle test. This is nothing they found from a DNA test. There's nothing from a blood sample. This is Sky Daniels' testimony to a detective. And you're going to use that as the gospel as to what's in his system? Am I right? That's the only, when she references that he was actually taking less amount of his, less the amount of his prescribed medication, that doesn't come from a toxology report. That comes from the person that stands to gain the most. If this is a clean investigation and this can get buried and put away quickly, this person who you're using as now a toxologist stands to gain the most. That's where you got this information you're fixing to spew right now. I know this report front ways and back ways, every element of it.
He just showed that he was actually not even taking the opioid medications that were prescribed to him.
No. The toxology report didn't say that. His wife's testimony said that. Isn't there a huge difference?
I'd say.
Yeah.
Blood and DNA and hair follicle and what was running through his system in a medical type setting compared to somebody's spoken word?
She wasn't the bimbo I thought she was.
In any manner that would have been indicative of addiction. And so when we look at prescriptions, we look at who prescribed them.
Again, you don't even know that now, do you? You don't know the history of that guy. I mean, let me have, am I wrong? Or is there a report that Fitzgerald was one time disciplined for his aggressive prescribing of opioids?
Yes. It's in there.
How often they prescribe them. We can actually run something called a Scripps report.
All right. So they get into all that. And then I want to go to the next time. This is the first time that this expert coroner mentions the word toxology. And what she doesn't realize is, ma'am, with all due respect, there is none. You're using his wife's testimony, and that he was using smaller amounts than prescribed of his prescriptions. We still don't know what those prescriptions of the 11 to 13 medication and pill bottles that they took out of the house. We still don't know what those are. Now we talk about autopsy.
Can cause you to stop breathing properly, and you may not breathe enough times per minute to sustain life. So yes, I understand this phrenic nerve injury, and people wanted to take a look at that. And again, I think it was smart and prudent of the family to have the independent autopsy.
So they're putting the family over for hiring an independent pathologist to do, an autopsy nearly a month after the guy had been dead. And so she wants to think that this is like a good thing, when realistically this was botched from day one. And you fail to mention that this autopsy that the family paid for was a month after he had died, and it's because Brooke was flipping out, forcing your hand to. Otherwise, it was going to be a quickie cremation.
Done because the medical examiner didn't see a point in doing an autopsy, which should let you know no one thought that there was anything criminal happening here, but they did do a toxicology to determine.
Hold on. What? What?
No, they didn't.
Mummy, what page is that?
I can't find it.
Can you please find me? Because she says they did a toxicology. I know every word in that 72-page document. And the word toxicology report does not exist.
Really?
Does not exist.
Which should let you know no one thought that there was anything criminal happening here, but they did do a toxicology to determine.
They did? Well, what are you looking at?
Yeah, who told you that?
Maybe you got something I didn't get.
If there were any medication substances that could have contributed to.
Listen, I'm going to say this. I know for a fact, and maybe Hogan had his weed card, but I know for a fact Hogan loved to vape. THC would have shown up. All of his sleep medication would have showed up.
Mm-hmm.
All of the opioids that he potentially did, but he was taking less amount, would have showed up. All of the kidney medication, leukemia medication, that's all in play. The public needs, before we can say and rule out, what killed him, you got to know what was running through his system.
His death or impaired his breathing, which I think is really important, and there was nothing there. So
hold on. There was nothing there, ma'am, with all due respect, because there was nothing provided. I think you're making some large assumptions here by saying the word toxology. See, by the way, I scored it. She said it 8 times. She refers to a toxology report within this interview 8 times.
Again, phrenic nerve injury, sure, but not the cause of death here.
So, just to be clear, you talked about the various complications and the various issues and
cardiovascular disease.
All right, go ahead.
So I just ran it through Grok just to double check. toxicologist, anything in that whole entire document. And it said the report confirms that toxicology was reviewed as part of the investigation via medical records and the private autopsy. But that's it. That's all.
All right, well, hold on now. Hold on. If you're going to look at toxicology from medical records, that is records that were a long time ago, not day of death, or the autopsy that was done 3.5 weeks after he was dead. Like, if you got copious amounts of THC and opioids and sleep medication and all this that could potentially cause you to stop breathing, because that's how opioids kill you, is you just peacefully stop breathing, then you need actually ask Gronk what is the most accurate time frame to do a toxicology report on somebody who has died. Do that. And I guarantee you that after 3 weeks of sitting in a freezer, things have half-lives, things leave your body, things get diluted, and he may have been embalmed. So if you're going to do toxicology reports on past medical records, that's not in play.
No, they're
and if you're going to do a
of
toxicology report on the autopsy that the family hired, that was nearly a month later.
They're going off of the toxicology reports and analysis from January 1st to July 24th. So everything up until the day he died.
Meaning, but it's not blood or urine. It's just a list of stuff that he took.
Yes.
Nobody put a needle in his arm and extracted any blood, got any hair DNA analysis, a cheek swab, nothing. Nobody did any of that to determine a true toxicology report. And maybe you can give me that information that I asked you to look up.
It says common standard cases are immediate to within a day, but some cases it's 2 to 4 weeks.
All right, well, 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah,
we're on the long side of that, and I would ask Gronk or ChatGPT was Hogan's body embalmed when his family did the autopsy, just to see what they say.
All right.
Yet another toxicology reference from the coroner.
Heart disease, congestive heart failure, whatever it is. There doesn't have to be an autopsy. There also does not have to be a toxicology. The medical examiner did not see a point in doing any.
So now she's saying that the medical examiner can just basically look at you, and determine whether he needs to do an autopsy, and that whether there's something potentially shady or not. He doesn't even need a toxicology report. So to me, it just seems like the coroner or the medical examiner, he's at this point plays God.
Yes, he was embalmed 12 days after his death on July 24th.
Hold on. So if you're going to refer to a toxicology report that the private pathologist did for Nick and Sky Bolea that happened on, I think, 8/14, if I remember right.
The funeral was 8/5, so I'm trying to see here.
And he was embalmed how many days?
It says 12 days after.
12 days after.
So then ask the Chat GPT, does the embalming mess up the toxicology report?
Can you get a statistically correct toxicology report?
That's what I meant.
After a body has been embalmed.
There you go.
That's what you meant.
So here it is. How embalming affects toxicology. Dilutes or washes out blood and fluids. Much of the original blood is drained and replaced, reducing the availability and concentration of drugs or poisons.
Gene,
there it is.
There it is.
Right, first sentence.
So we know that he was embalmed 14 days after his death. What would put him at what?
No, 12 days after his death.
12 days after his death. What would put you at what?
So he died the 24th.
Yeah, so 12 days after that puts you, you have to probably get a calendar.
August 4th or 5th?
August 4th or 5th, he was embalmed.
Yes.
When was the autopsy done?
Let me see.
By the private autopsy by the family?
Couple weeks later.
So you're saying the 4th or the 5th, he was embalmed?
Yes.
August 4th. Let's call it August 4th. I think August 5th was his birthday.
Really?
I think so.
August 5th was his funeral.
And maybe it was. Maybe his birthday was in August, I think, though. So let's call it August 4 was the day that he was embalmed. That's 12 days after. When was the private autopsy? I remember, if I remember right from the 72-page document, it was the 14th of August.
It was completed August 16th.
August 16th.
Wow. At 11:55.
So, Gene, 12 days after he was embalmed and put in a freezer, they decide to do an autopsy.
23 days.
But why? But why now then? But why then? Because like
23 days later.
23 days because they're trying to cover their ass, and they can tell the private autopsy guy. First of all, Gene, they know that none of the blood is in play now. Anything that he actually had going through his system is not going to be found.
That's all we needed.
The blood was drained, and he was embalmed. And we've looked it up every different way, and it says that if you've been embalmed, it completely dilutes and makes a toxology report invalid and non-essential.
It says it pretty much makes it says it pretty much makes it pointless.
Yeah. Here we go.
Good question.
Another toxology mention.
Of this body to look for signs of injury, to look for signs of trauma. There were none. They looked at the toxicology report and
no, they didn't.
Now, Lummy, they're saying she actually is saying toxicological report. You mean the report that was done 24 days after he was embalmed?
That would be after she talked.
Did an external examination of this body to look for signs of injury, to look for signs of trauma. There were none. They looked at the toxicology report, and again, there was nothing there to indicate.
Do you not do your due diligence, and you're just going to sit here like the tongue-wagging little dumb bitch that you are and believe everything that's written in there? Do you know the statistics that he was embalmed on the 4th of August, and he was later then examined by a private pathologist in an autopsy setting the 16th of August? And that the toxology report that was done by the private pathologist is not in play once a body has been on ice, frozen, and embalmed for nearly a month?
He had anything in his system that contributed to his death.
No, how can you make that statement?
Who is she, period? Who is this lady?
She's a coroner, a medical examiner from Virginia.
Here's the summary, by the way, of Grok, if you want to just read it, because you're in it.
Oh, I'm in it?
Yeah.
For real?
You're in it.
Oh, my God.
Just for one, just your name.
In Hulk Hogan's case, the private autopsy occurred after the body was released to the funeral home and likely after embalming for the memorial service. This aligns with Brooke Hogan and Bubba's concerns about the timing and reliability on the toxology findings. So that's Gronk.
Yeah.
Gronk's got us in the mix.
Yep.
My friend. She continues on, and she brings up private and she brings up toxology yet again.
Natural disease. He certainly had 3 major things that could have contributed to that.
And the private autopsy? What do you take away from that?
Well, she applauds the family for doing it. Listen.
It just confirms maybe what the family needed to know for closure. It says
it confirms that they covered it up.
Exactly.
I mean, Gene, you play right down the middle. You call me out when I'm being a little bit one way or the other. You keep me on, you keep me down the middle. You say it like it is, but you're an intelligent man that can form his own decision. And we've now Googled every possible question that you had, right?
Yeah.
And we've answered it with, after a body has been embalmed, a toxology report and an autopsy is worthless. It makes sense. When they drain all your blood, they can't tell what's in you. And like you do like a hair follicle or something like that. So here we go.
The toxicology.
Hold on. Again, are you hearing these words? Are you hearing these words?
He's lying.
It just confirms maybe what the family needed to know for closure. It says that the toxicology was not a contributing factor to his death.
You mean the toxicology that was done 14 days after he was embalmed and put in a freezer, and all of his bodily fluids were drained and were replaced with formaldehyde. Is that what you mean?
So the timeline that Brooke actually gave was she asked for an autopsy, I think like a week after, a couple days after his death. They embalmed him. So they went ahead and embalmed him, not doing the autopsy. Then did the autopsy, and then pretty much tried to cover up everything.
Right.
This was a death of natural disease based on his past medical history. Again.
Maybe did. Maybe Hogan had leukemia. He had kidney failure. He was just worn out, and his body had had enough. And I think there's a chance that could happen. But you know what? There is so many loose ends that you've left. And the timeline as to when Sky, on the day that he died, said, I don't want an autopsy. Then Brooke starts sniffing around and say, I want an autopsy. They quickly embalm him and drain all of his fluids out. The boots on the ground medical examiner at the ER says no autopsy. Then Brooke starts flipping out, lawyering up and trying to get an autopsy as to what was running through my dad's system, what potentially was in my dad's system, so we can determine whether that was a factor as to what happened to my father or not. Then they freak out and they do a after he's been embalmed, they do an autopsy, which by all reports, no matter how you Google it, Gronk it, Chat GPT, it says an autopsy after embalming, where a person's been in the freezer and has formaldehyde running through their veins for nearly 2 weeks, 14 to 16 days, is worthless. And then this bitch has the audacity. And yes, you know what? This is my final piece, and I'm going to go to words. She has the audacity to talk to Brooke directly and downplay Brooke's suspicions by she understands that you're mourning. You're mourning, and these rash / statements that you're making that there might be a bad guy in the woodpile is just your form of being able to cope with this tragedy.
Really?
And you don't really know what you're talking about. Listen.
Doc, before I let you go, I mentioned it before. Brooke Hogan has a lot of questions.
Which, by the way, Lummy, we've completely determined that they ripped off all of our audio.
Yep.
And then attributed to Brooke's Instagram and or X. Meanwhile, her ex is locked up.
And they gave TMZ credit for
even after.
Yeah, I tell you, man, Brooke looks cute as hell there, does she not?
Yeah.
Damn.
This report came out. Questions about the blood. Questions about toxicology, questions about the investigation.
And they blow through this entire thing and use toxicology 9 different times. There is none. There's not a toxicology report that was done in a timely fashion upon his death that could warrant anything. There's no blood. There's no toxicology. And the only toxicology and blood that they potentially may have is this private autopsy that's not available to the public, but was done 14 days after he was put in the freezer and embalmed.
I know you've seen some of her comments that she's made.
This really pisses me off how she really kind of makes, Brooke look like a whack job here.
Any thoughts on that?
I think Brooke Hogan is grieving. And I think that when you're grieving, you're reaching for any sort of answer.
Now, if Brooke was grieving and she was not on to something here and has credible information and stuff that we've been talked about, a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of kabuki / underhanded shady stuff went on, and the whole protocol of how you do a autopsy and determine what the cause of death for somebody. And if I didn't align with her and agree with her, I wouldn't be doing this right now. I could be doing a lot of other things. But I adamantly feel just like she does. Something else happened that they're covering up. This isn't, a grieving situation.
You're reaching for blame. We want our family members to live forever, and it's just not going to happen. And again, with this extensive health history, he was prone and more at risk for death than someone who was of healthy heart and kidneys. He just was not a healthy person. Right. He was chronically ill. And I think that Brooke, in all of her questioning of the police, when I read this 72-page report...
Listen to her. Listen to her just lick Clearwater's ass here. Listen to her.
I don't know these officers. I don't have a relationship with the medical examiner in Florida to speak on their behalf. They don't know me. I'm telling you, this was a thorough investigation, in my opinion, from their summary to the detailed witness statements. I don't see anything that was overlooked in this case.
No inconsistencies, in your opinion.
Hey, Lummy, you know what? You need to see if we can get Jesse Waters on the air, and I'll start hitting him with some questions.
Oh, Jesse Weber?
Yeah.
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 Thorough. This lady's an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on.
Done, because again, this was pulled together as a natural death from the beginning. Now, the fact that they went further and looked at witness statements and said, okay, well, let's view the video footage. If they would have seen anything on that video footage that was even remotely suspicious.
Listen, we're not trying to blame the nurse. We're not trying to blame Nick. We're not even really blaming Sky. I think she's up to no good in my personal opinion, but we're not even trying to do that. We're just saying that there's possibly another reason why he died. And it might have been because he was, if you know Brooke, you know me, and you know Hogan, he liked his pain pills. And whether it was Crush, whether it was Andrew Test Martin, whether it was, Lummy, I'm hearing, well, I'm not going to get into this. This is a smoking gun. But his doctor has a rap of prescribing opioids to wrestlers.
Never mind. I know that is too.
It's probably Brooke.
Yep.
But I can't. I got to go into words.
She want to hold? Yeah, I told her to call back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, do that.
Yep, he insulted everyone during that last break. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you can. Okay. All right. Call back, Gary. She wants to go off on the corner, if that's okay.
Get it, bro.
If you're good with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oops. Don't be making messes on my spot.
Well, I think Bubba wouldn't mind that.
Oh, yeah. You try to take all my money, Bubba?
No, give me that. Hey.
What?
Fine.
You found it right here.
Hey, I should have handed it to you.
Let me steal my money. Right. Back the tape up, and you'll see where it was in my hand.
Right after
he took it.
Right after I handed it to you, I go, why didn't I just hand it to him?
I'm going like, I didn't have no money out. And anyway, hold on. I knew it wasn't mine, because look,
yeah.
I don't have any 50s.
Well, mine's for Greg. I gotta give it to Greg. I just like how I was like,
I'm going like, I didn't have any 50s. I know what kind of money I got. Like I didn't have my hand in my pocket. I couldn't have dropped my money. But hell, it's right next to me, so it must have been mine.
Now, Lummy, was there an open casket at the funeral?
Yeah.
Was there? Gee?
Because
that's what I heard.
I talked to somebody that was there.
Yeah.
And I need to Google this.
I'll look at it quick too.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either.
No.
Let's see. No, it was a closed casket service. All available reporting and images. It was not open.
Yeah.
Macho man.
But the Hall of Fame pictures are up. I didn't know if Macho showed you.
Oh, but then put
right
them
here. They're right behind Lasker. People can see them when they're going behind Lasker. We'll be adding their names underneath.
Okay.
what about it, Chuttamungos?
Chuttamungos. Say it.
Yep, the Chuttamungos. Get them thumbs up. Looks like you are. Thank you very much. No, I didn't get a haircut. I think I just brushed it this morning and it stayed flat, not wild. And I'm kind of losing my hair a little bit.
Yeah, so am I.
Front.
In the middle.
Huh?
I'm losing mine too.
Yeah, I'm losing mine.
I might just shave my shit. I'd look stupid though. I'd look fucking stupid.
They call me Gina Mungo. Yeah, that's funny. The Brookie Mafia, Grouper Lip says, yeah, man.
From Tampa, Florida, home of the big, fat, greasy bitch, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. And now, here's your host, Bubba, the Love Sponge.
The Hall of Fame pictures that are now digital. For those attending BARP, we'll hand your bust to you at BARP. For those other... I got something in my eye, Lummy, and I think I got some lotion in my eye or something. But anyway, for those that aren't attending BARP, we will ship them to you. And I think in the back of Gene, behind... Oh.
You all right?
Yeah.
Do you need eye drops?
You got some?
Yeah.
No, you
They're
do
in my
not.
Yeah, I do in my truck.
Why do you need an eye drop?
No, I don't want you to go out your truck because you'll track in.
No, but I take my shoes off.
Your feet, Lummy.
Yes, I do.
I can flush it with
Yes, you do?
I can flush it with water.
I can be super quick and I take my shoes off.
There's none of us that can have shoes because of you.
I got
no.
Oh, man.
I got eye drops in the house I can go get as well. We're waiting for Brooke Hogan to call in. But I can also flush it with water. What I do is
Your eyes are burning?
what I do is I take a bottle of water and I take a big sip of it. And then I put my eyeball in the where you drink out of the top of it, and then put it.
And then open it,
and then let your kind of
like you're in the pool.
Yeah, then you open your eye.
Right.
When in that fresh,
Cool water,
good water from a Zephyr Hills or Desante or whatever bottle of water I got, kind of flushes out whatever might be irritating it.
Okay.
So. That's kind of the white trash version of eye drops, if you will. So that's Brooke. I'll get her. Okay.
Have you fans out there want to throw some coins Macho's way, man? Because he's having a hell of a time back there by himself.
What do you mean?
Oh my God.
What's wrong?
The internet's messing up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh.
So Brooke, I watched this Law and Order sidebar thing yesterday, and I took copious notes.
I don't want her face on my computer.
They mentioned toxology report 9 times, and for basically taking the 72-page report as a very thorough investigation, not knowing that most people that the city of Clearwater is pretty much bought and paid for by Scientology. And, there's so many glaring holes if you know this case inside and out like we do. And and then taking your words and, they ripped them off of us, by the way, but didn't give us credit. And so I think you probably heard me dissect it. And so here's the important information that people need to know that we just put together that you probably did know, but just if you tell a coroner from Richland County, Virginia, these particular stats. He died on 7/24. They embalmed him on 8/4, and the family, Sky and Nick, did a private autopsy 8/16. Now, how effective is an autopsy that you do when a body has been drained of all of its bodily fluids and replaced with formaldehyde? How can you get any type of toxology report that would be credible?
It's very hard. And I think the most interesting thing is the timeline of Dad dies, Brooke asks for an autopsy, they embalm him quickly, and then I ask for an autopsy, and they're like, okay, fine, we'll do it. But we've already gotten rid of his blood. We've gotten rid of the evidence. So we'll do it to make you happy. Look, here, we did an autopsy. You happy? And now we're not going to show it to you because, I don't know, maybe it doesn't fit our narrative. And, you know, whoever this lady is, this uninformed, ignorant person from Virginia, let me just ask a couple questions. Before you tell me my questions aren't valid, were you his daughter? No. Were you a witness to the things I witnessed? No. Were you involved in private conversations, circumstances, and events that shape my concerns? No. With all due respect to your opinion, whether I have questions or not is irrelevant. Nothing's, like, seriously, Bubba, like, nothing says there's nothing to see here quite like a group of people desperately trying to look like they're convincing you not to look. Like, this is just, everybody's saying that there's a problem with questions.
And I had a problem when the last part of the segment was directly directed towards you. And she tried to break it down and almost listen, sister girl, you're barking up the wrong tree here. This is grieving, and we understand grieving. Sometimes you reach for answers that you're never going to get, and there's nothing to see here. And this was the most thorough investigation that I've ever seen, and you need just to, kind of get over it, if you will. That's how I took it. And
my message back to her is, you're talking out of your ass. Keep to Virginia.
Well, here's the other thing. If you're gonna refer,
and let me worry about my own stuff that I know about. That you have no idea what I know about.
And here's my question, Brooke. She mentioned the word toxology or toxology report 9 times, referring to the toxology report comes clean. The toxology report showed no signs of wrongdoing. The toxology report said there was nothing in his system that could have hurt him. I've read that 72 pages probably more than anybody. I know it front ways and back ways, and the word toxology is never mentioned other than when they do a summarization of the autopsy that Nick and Sky paid for, and they said that he came up with some type of toxology report. But everybody it doesn't take, you can't have a toxology report, and we even Googled it to make sure that we're not talking out of our ass. You can only have a valid toxology report if it's done, within a week of a body that's not been embalmed or touched. Then at that point, within a week, preferably day 24 hours thereof, you need to be doing a toxology report. Otherwise, you can't refer.
100%.
You can't
100%.
refer.
And another question I'd like to ask Miss Virginia. What would you say if the daughter asked for his blood?
She finds that area.
And they said, what?
You got that? You're underwater again, sweetheart. You got this one particular dead zone in your house that makes you sound like you're underwater.
Scientology sending waves through her.
Seriously.
Keeping her off the air.
Seriously.
Oh, man.
You got cricket?
Come on, Steve.
Come on, Steve. Be a better provider and get her a cell service that doesn't break up when she's live being listened.
Do you not hear me?
No, it's just like bubbles. It sounds like you're underwater.
I had a really good question for you too.
Oh, here it is. Here now we're locked in. Don't.
No.
Oh, she cleared up and then she cut a promo.
We all heard her say was, "I'm going to call back in."
Right.
I have a good question, Bubba. If I could ask.
Yeah,
it.
Please do.
Yeah.
I'm tired of me taking over everything.
She's back. Yeah.
Brooke, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're locked.
Hey, Brooke.
So hold on. Lummy's got a question.
Brooke, I got a question. So you talked to the Clearwater PD a good amount, right?
Yeah.
So we watched a video today of what was the nurse's the guy at the end? McCamey. So we put a video where he says that he took a narcotic at night. Why didn't the police ever investigate or talk to the night nurses that were there for the 12 hours? Because maybe there was something given to them.
That's a great question.
Why didn't they interview them?
My biggest thing that really goes up my butt sideways is that they lied to my face and said, we don't have any footage inside the house. They lied to my face and said, we don't have his blood. I'm like, that's impossible. From the ambulance to the hospital to draining his blood to embalm him. If I've raised these questions, wouldn't somebody with a heart say, you know what, let's get his blood? Brooke asked for it. We have it right here. I asked for his blood long before his blood was gone.
Well, I mean, so
Riddle me that.
We started down this path with this sidebar court TV gimmick. We started with the McCamey guy said he had a little bit to eat. He had a hard time sleeping last night, and he took a few pills, narcotics. He said that. That is on police camera. Now, there's nowhere to be found in any police report, the word narcotics. That's not mentioned anywhere in the 72 pages. Well, if the nurse, this was literally 2 or 3 minutes after they'd loaded your father up and put him in the ambulance, and he's probably still on, El Dorado Drive, the ambulance, they start talking to this McCamey guy, and his exact words were, he had a little bit to eat, he had a hard time sleeping last night, took a few pills, narcotics. He said that. So, why wouldn't that's the very start of this investigation. That's 4 minutes after your father had left the driveway. That's the start of this investigation. And the very start of this investigation intimated that the nurse, the occupational therapist that did administer, the first person to administer chest compressions on your father, brings up the word narcotics. Why aren't we traveling down that path?
I can put my life on it. Like I said before, I'm like, even if my dad were on his best behavior, there's still something in his blood. So them saying that his blood was completely clean, yet you found, 12, 13 pill bottles, some don't match, he took narcotics last night, and you're not finding anything in his toxicology report?
That wasn't our Hogan.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I said today candidly, hey, me and Brooke know Terry. We know the things that Terry participated in, some of which we're probably not going to talk about. But Terry, ran hard. Terry ran hard. He did. And he knew.
This is the thing, though, Bubba, is even if Terry has his hands tied behind his back and a straitjacket on, he's been prescribed pain medication from surgeries. That's a no-brainer. They exist. They're in the house. They're around him. I guarantee you they were part of his plan. If you were to actually pull a real, not doctored up plan of what his medication list was and what he was taking every day, I can guarantee you there was a painkiller on there because he was in pain. So to say that there was nothing in his system, I call BS. I also think it's crazy that first they have it, then they don't. Then they have it, then they don't. They lied to my face. So to me, somebody lying to my face that they don't have the footage inside the house and lying to my face that they don't have the blood and lying to my face that they can't do toxicology anymore is crazy to me when all of a sudden they just magically produce all these answers and it's just clean as a whistle, isn't it?
And everybody's just supposed to sit here and take it and let their report be the end all be all. And oh my God, it was such a thorough report, and they went way up and beyond. I mean, this starts and stops with the medical examiner the minute that Hogan's body gets to Morton Plant, saying that he didn't see any physical abuse or any signs of trauma, and that the guy died natural causes, and he made the first decision to not do an autopsy. And
let me tell you something that I know firsthand. All of these things can be controlled by press, publicists, media people, damage control experts, and heed my warning. All of those people, everybody listening, because I know you're all listening, the harder you try to paint me as crazy, the harder I'm going to go. So keep it up.
Well, and again, you got me. I'm on your page. I believe you. I believe your path more so than any. And as you know, I'm in here with you fighting. It may just be you and I and a couple of great attorneys and a few other good people, but we actually, as you know, I'm not going to mention any names. The more we talk about this, the more people come out of their woodwork. And we actually had a really good, credible person come out yesterday, not going to mention anything, that gave us some unbelievable information that, the detectives chose not to go with. And so more and more of this stuff's going to, rear its head, and we're going to get information that eventually is going to make a lot of people look stupid. I know we are. I know where we're headed.
You know what I will say, and this is the truth in all my life experience. What's done in the dark eventually comes to light, and there's no stopping it. No matter how hard you try to stop it, the truth will come out.
I mean, we got Brooke Socrates up in here laying down some life lessons. Love her. So anyway, Brookie.
I'm peeved, man. I'm peeved.
I know.
I'm full hot.
I actually had you full hot yesterday when I was navigating you through a text exchange with somebody, didn't I?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that was so crazy, wasn't it? Did you? Let me.
I can't even. I gotta watch my mouth because I'm like.
Just shut up. Just shut up. But I just want to say, I gotta go. I gotta go. But did that person?
Yeah, no. You guys do your thing.
No. But hold on. Did that person, because it was left, you dropped the mic with a particular statement? Did that person ever come back later on after I let you go?
No.
No. Exactly. Because that person can't. So, Brookie, I'll talk to you later today.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Love you. Bye. I think her husband's playing Lummy
Saturday
at Solar Blades.
Yeah, Advent Health.
Advent Health.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to the game.
Do you know about what time he's going to be playing?
1 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going too.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm going too. I think Brooke's going to be there at
Advent Health.
Advent Health, that hockey joint right down the road from here.
Like where?
We'll tell you privately. But
why is that hard to get to?
It's the big arena that's off the interstate.
Yeah, on your right-hand side.
Oh, you got the snowballs outside?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be there 1 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah, it's for the veterans.
It's a veterans charity hockey game.
Yeah.
And Steve Olinsky is going to be there.
His head coach is going to be someone that
for real
should be
veterans
talking
that
to.
fought in the war or veterans of hockey?
Veterans of the war. Veterans of hockey.
Don't be mad at him, dude. Be happy for him. He would be happy for you.
Yep, they got it all figured out.
Oh, no, I'm happy for him. I'm so happy for him that I would like to beat him with my happiness.
Bubba the Love Sponge returns after this.
Yeah, Dr. I'm already on it. Dr. Nidia, where's it at? I have her information. I was going to send her a nice email.
So what you do? You just go there
Dr.
outside?
Nidia Rutherford.
Just go there, pay your way in, and go on and sit down.
I don't think it's good. I don't know. I got to look it up. Ashley already got it.
You don't have to pay?
I don't know. I got to look it up. Well, no, it's like it's like going to like a little league baseball. They have a ton of arenas.
Oh, okay.
That's where Walker does his skating now.
There's a ton of arenas in there?
There's like 6 or 7 ice rinks. Here you go, Bob.
Oh, man. Thank you, Lummy.
That's from Bob Cook. He brought it in.
Thank you. Thank you, Bob. Cocaine.
Huh?
Here, let me give it. Yeah, okay. Tell Bob not to walk in here.
All right. No, he's not. He's staying back.
How's this come off? Oh, okay, got it. I'm just going to blast it and give it right back to Bob. Get it back to Barbarino. Tell Bob thank you.
Thank you. Here you go, Bob.
Don't be stepping in here with dirty shoes.
Don't be stepping in here with dirty shoes.
Whoa.
Yeah. They're the original. You do know that?
Yeah.
When it came out, it was only one color.
Yeah, yellow. That's what I always drink when I was a kid.
I don't know when it came out, but I remember like about 75. Maybe it came out around then.
What, for commercial use?
Yeah, for people to drink it.
Yeah, I think it was.
Because I was in, I think I was in 10th grade in Dade City when I first had my first Gatorade. And it was hell because the big guy, all the big guys on the team, they were drinking it, and I was poor, so I couldn't buy one. I remember somebody giving me one and loved it, man. I loved it. That taste, I remember that taste from the beginning.
I don't know about that one. He's just Bubba fan.
group or lips. I didn't know. I just wanted to get that cleared because it might be a bunch of old dudes out there playing.
It's going to be the same guys in the same arena, Gene, that you're going to be blocking all their shots because you're a pro at the goalie. It's the same arena, though.
Same arena.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try to remember it and Sinatcho Coben up and me and him can cruise over there.
If you want, I'll text you and remind you on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because I'll be there at 9 a.m. on Saturday because of Walker's skating.
Because Walker what?
He's learning how to skate.
Oh, okay.
So he does it there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He wants to be a hockey player.
He wants to be a hockey player?
He wants to be everything. I don't think.
Good.
No. Fucking hockey is like the most expensive sport there is to play.
Why?
It's all rent.
Yeah, but is it?
It's all pay for. It's all pay.
Oh yeah.
It's all pay to play.
Yeah, Bubba's Gooch's son, right?
Yep.
Gooch's son, like all the equipment. You gotta have all the padding. You gotta have all the travel stuff.
We only buy it one time.
What if he grows?
What if he what? Grows. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
I want him to stick to not even baseball, just fucking.
You'd think he would love baseball because the way he acts playing the baseball.
He does. But maybe stick to just
You ought to come up with your own banana league, baseball kids.
That's too expensive.
Too expensive? Can we get sponsors? I'll sponsor.
What's a cheap sport? Oh, skating. Just buy him a skateboard.
You got to figure some of them skateboard guys made millions.
Exactly.
Ladies, it's his day. Time to make him happy. Give your father what he really wants for Father's Day. A new box. You know he is fed up with it. Streaming services that are nickel and diming him every month, not getting what he wants when he wants it. With Get a Box, you buy it once and enjoy entertainment without any monthly subscription fees. Watch the channels you love, the biggest games, and incredible movies and shows, all from one easy-to-use device. Simply connect your box to your home Wi-Fi, plug it into your TV, and you're ready to go in minutes. With Get a Box, you buy it once and enjoy entertainment without monthly subscription fees. For a limited time, just for dad or that new grad, visit getabox.com and use promo code BUBBA to save $40 on any box. That's promo code BUBBA for $40 off. Getabox.com. Every channel, every game, every movie ever made.
Love Sponge.
Broadcasting from a bricked-in parking garage near the flight path of a major American airport.
It's time to turn out the propaganda
and manipulate some minds. Now we turn to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Well, you might want to go to realtor.com under news and insights. Celebrity real estate.
Oh, the cut of the house.
Yeah, there's a big article that came out, I think relatively soon. Hold on, it says June 9. What's today?
Yesterday.
Today's June 10. Hulk Hogan's Florida compound gets another price cut as wrestler's official cause of death is revealed. To me, it sounds like they're really trying to get rid of this house. They initially priced it at $11 million, and now they're down to $9 million, and there's just not a lot of buyers.
I sent you the article from Orlando Weekly.
Oh, you did?
It's via realtor.com. They know how to give credit to
Well, who gets the money?
Nick.
Yeah, so Nick would rather have $7 million today than $9 million in a week.
Well,
or $11 million in a month.
Florida man and controversial wrestling legend Hulk Hogan's beach compound has yet to sell, and now it's getting another price cut. I actually know somebody that did a walkthrough on it that is a very affluent individual and was going to maybe potentially buy it as a weekend beach home.
Oh.
Yeah, this guy's loaded. The late Hulk Hogan's main Florida residence hit the mark. By the way, he toured, I guess my old place is up for sale. They're asking $4.2 million for my old place.
Woo, that's double what you got.
I paid I got $1.4 million for it.
Oof.
The late Hulk Hogan's main Florida resident hit the market in Clearwater Beach last year with his much smaller beach cottage. So he owned the place right next to him as well. And Brooke actually did all the design work because the smaller beach home beside him, which is like a 2,100 square foot little beach home, which is really good, which is pretty cool. It came up it got decimated by the hurricane, and the owners didn't have nearly adequate insurance, and so they sold it to Hogan for a quickie deal. Then Brooke came in and renovated it, and that's where he put all of his guests. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, like that 60s block style, Lummy, like the older houses that you see on the beach, but you can really make nice. He bought that. That was 2,000. Again, I thought it was 2,100, but it's 2,062 feet.
But is that the one with the dock?
No, that was a different house that he bought, like in Island Estates.
Right, because he wanted a
They
dock.
say he's got $25 million in properties. So they the beach, the smaller beach house, they were asking 4.5 for it, and now it's down to 3.9. That took a $600,000 haircut. And then the bigger mansion where he died in, they listed for $11 million. It's now down to $9 million. So
what's the rest of the places around there going for? Much less or much more?
I have no idea what the comps would be. Hello. Go ahead. Sir, all you have to do is listen to the show and see.
Get a better phone
and see how you sounded. If you could just call me back if you got something that I really need to know, and maybe when you're in a better self-service, my friend. Oh, hold on, my boy Jesse.
Fox News alert: the jury just sentenced Karmelo Anthony. We're going to be back with Brooke Taylor, who's
this is the
they let him off good.
This is the African American guy, both of which are in high school, and this kid right here had a tent at a track meet, and it was his school's tent. And people that attended that school as it started to rain went underneath that tent. This African-American guy was from the opposing high school, and he's under the tent, and all the kids tell him to leave. He tells them, F you, I'm not leaving. This guy stands up to him and pushes him in the chest and says, get out of here. This guy whips out a knife and stabs this guy to death. It's pretty much that simple.
Yeah.
That's how it went down. And this guy, yesterday, the African-American gentleman was found guilty. And what was he sentenced to? 25 years?
35, but he can get
and
off.
they'd only liberated for like an hour.
Yeah, he can be out in 17.
outside the courthouse. What do we have?
Hi, Jesse. Some pretty breaking news to give you right now. The jury has sentenced Karmelo Anthony to 35 years behind bars after finding him guilty of murder. I'm told that he is eligible for parole after he serves half his time. The jury had
half.
Yeah.
So like 17 years,
Yeah.
17 and a half years, he can get out for murder.
Yeah.
For murder?
Man, let me tell you something. I got
Stabbing?
outlaws that are in jail for 30 years, and they were set up by the feds.
Yeah.
And this guy killed somebody, and he's going to get half that distance?
To give him as much as 99 years behind bars. But again, they have chosen to give him 35 years. And I do want to mention, we showed you those protests, a bunch of supporters out here. They've erupted again. Pretty shocking. This is a direct quote.
Now, let me ask you a question. What if there are a bunch of white people that were gathered around and they were supporting a white kid that killed a black guy?
Oh, wouldn't even make the news.
Every one of those protesters would be profiled.
Yeah.
Every one of them would be told how stupid they are.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be good.
Just heard one support.
And here's the thing. If you're an African-American person and you feel as if you need to gather here to support this Karmelo Anthony guy, realize that just on the absolute fundamental face of what happened, nobody is disputing what happened. And what happened was this white guy pushed this black guy in the chest and told him to get out of his tent. Now, that's not cool. Could he have pushed him back? Yeah. Could he have smashed him in the face? Yeah.
That's what I did.
That's what he could do. You can fight the same amount of force with the same amount of retaliation. But you don't stab a guy to death because he pushed you in the chest asking you to leave his area that you don't belong in.
This is what it looks like happened. It looks like Anthony told Austin Metcalf, because he asked him to leave the tent, touch me and see what happens, while reaching into his backpack. Austin Metcalf pushed Anthony to get him out of the tent. While he was pushing him, Anthony pulled a black knife from his backpack
and stabbed him to death
in the chest.
and stabbed him right in the chest and killed him.
say, quote, those twins, meaning the victim and his twin brother who were there at the time.
I mean, kind of a little girl next door hotness going on here.
Yeah, exactly.
Are
Brooke Taylor.
Texas.
quote, domestic racist terrorists. So pretty unbelievable, Jesse.
All right, well, only 17 years, and he's available for parole. Kind of seems soft. I would have given him the chair, but that's just me, bro.
I think I might have as well, Jesse. Hello.
Hey, Bubba, I just want to piggyback on the Hogan autopsy. You were talking about the embalming. It's just not only the fluids, Bubba. Let me to Google image the trocar. It's a long cylinder tube, surgical steel, that they make an incision in the lower abdomen, and they eviscerate all the organs and suction everything out of the cavity. The lungs, the heart, the stomach content, so any non-digested pills, any of his dinner, his food that he ate,
probably
the bladder,
everything, probably fecal matter, all of that.
Everything is evacuated out of that chest cavity.
You ever seen them do it?
Oh God, yeah.
And they take that rod and move it back and forth.
Hold on, G. This guy's in the business. Like this guy. Speaking of,
Gene's exactly right. So there's like when you do the Y incision and for an autopsy, there's nothing going to be there except for just mush. And so like that's even more evasive than just removing the fluids, because they do that process so to limit the decomposition and the gas buildup and everything else like that. The lungs are the first thing to go, the bladder, the stomach, and it's all sucked out, and that's it.
A lot of the insides are sucked out with it.
Yeah, he said everything. Everything
exactly.
is probably with the exception of the rib cage, which keeps the body intact.
Right.
They take everything. They like almost
they
give
mess everything up in the
for
inside.
lack of a better term, sir. They give like your body an abortion.
Yeah, that's it.
No, exactly. No, yeah, exactly.
I've seen it.
Exactly.
Then they leave the rib cage intact so that they can stuff. They actually put stuffing inside of the body and sew it up so that the body looks like it's still somewhat of a body. Otherwise, it would collapse.
And listen, these private autopsy places, how much money you want to pay to get the right results, right? Like it's not like you're getting it from a government agency or they treated it like a crime scene or a true investigation, right?
So,
you're
sir,
paying for it.
Sir, what you're saying, being in the business, is that when they are going to do the embalming process, they not only suck out all your blood, but they also suck out all your organs, your stomach, your lungs, your bladder, your spleen.
Probably
your
not
liver.
all of it, but a lot of it.
He said
everything.
Everything.
No, everything's ruptured. Look, Google
everything's ruptured.
Image the trocar. Google image the trocar. It's like a giant 50-gauge syringe needle.
Yeah.
It's got a sharp tip on it. They make an incision, and everything
size
is
of a pencil
punctured to get the to relieve the gases, so there's no buildup and decomposition.
So when Hogan died on on July 24th, he was embalmed on August 4th, and then the family private autopsy was done on August 16th. 12 days after he was embalmed. I don't know what the pathologist could have really analyzed if they had done what you said happens in the embalming process.
Yeah, just honestly, let me to Google image it. It's a pretty evasive tool. Like just looking at it, it's something else. But there was nothing left to sample.
Right inside of him was a spaghetti dinner.
Yeah, nothing. He said he suck you clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would have been good if he had an autopsy, because you could find out if there was any digested pills or non-digested pills. If he took something, everything's fresh. But
when you have the highest profile person to ever have died, not only in this city and the county, but in this state, arguably one of the most popular, famous people to die in the state of Florida, not to mention, globally, and you're the medical examiner, and this guy's coming in, man, just to cover your own ass so that you don't have exactly what we're doing, all these naysayers that are picking apart your work, and if the cost of they say that it costs the taxpayers exactly $1,000, $1,500 perhaps if it's more entailed, for how remiss was it for the medical examiner to say, I'm not doing an autopsy because I feel as if there was no wrongdoing and this guy died of natural causes? Even if that's the case, even if that's the case where he did die of natural causes and there is no funny business, just to cover your ass having the most important / popular celebrity in the world die in your district, I as a coroner / medical examiner, I'm going to take the precautionary road and say we're going to do an autopsy immediately so that we can determine exactly what happened in the chain of custody and command.
Oh, no, exactly. And it even just for the insurance purposes, the county wants to cover their ass. It's just unbelievable. I've seen bigger, longer crime scenes for sudden deaths, and it was nothing. Like yellow tape up, 2 police cars out front guarding the property, the whole 9 yards, and nothing came of it because it was just a sudden death. But just for this to be treated like a medical emergency, and just for the coroner to come and do, where I'm from, they call it a medical overview. Like, okay, yeah, he's dead. No, I don't think anything's going on, and then that's it. But getting back to the autopsy post-embalming, there's nothing left with that Trocar to get anything good.
Nothing.
So, anyways, I'm on Team Bubba, Team Brooke.
Appreciate
I can't wait to finally find out what comes out because it's all BS. I'm with you guys 1,000,000%.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. And let me, that sounds like it comes from a guy that's kind of in the business.
Yeah.
He knows the instrument used to suck out your insides. And
I've seen it. I've seen it done. I was powder coating the carts for the embalmment place.
Hello.
Oh.
It makes no sense how there was no blood taken when he was taken into the hospital.
None. Zero. None.
I was in a car accident, woke up at the hospital, denied a blood draw by the police because they thought I was DUI.
They did anyway.
But they just subpoenaed my blood draw when I was admitted to the hospital that the hospital took to cover their ass, so they didn't give me medicines that would interact with any drugs I had taken.
They want to give you the right. They want to cover their ass if they give you something that could maybe be an adverse reaction to what you had in your system. Now they could be potentially liable, so they want to know what you got in your system, and they go get a judge to sign a subpoena. Next thing you know, they're taking your blood whether you like it or not.
Yeah, but this dude is a bad guy.
The hospital does that no matter what.
So yeah, I mean, there's so many holes in this story, and like the guy said who just called in a few minutes ago, who I think potentially might work as a mortician or in the embalmment industry. Once they've embalmed you, they pretty much have taken. There's nothing left. So I don't know what the autopsy 12 days later after he was embalmed, that was paid for by the family. I don't know what that could have potentially brought up. But anyway, man, I appreciate your call.
But covers all the corruption, man. On your guys' side.
We as well. Thanks. So here is a person that was protesting the Karmelo Anthony verdict, and she has some questions. And she's an African-American woman.
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point?
Well, I mean, let's stop racially dividing us. Let's be us, meaning you're me and I'm you. What you're doing is you're automatically dividing your race and making your race baiting at this time. And what you should do is what I should do, and a Mexican should do, and an Asian should do, and a Caucasian man should do, and an African-American woman should do. And that is respect the jury's finding and move on. And that's what you should do. But what you're trying to do is play us between you and me, and we're different, and you're upset of this verdict, and you're making this completely 100% racial. Whereas if it was flip-flop applesauce, a white person could not say what you're saying.
By the way, $20.
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point? What?
I want you
go to school.
I want you to recognize that a young man was killed by another young man, and that race didn't have anything to do with the jury's verdict.
David Hernandez, $20.
As a matter of fact, it might have done something to the juror's verdict to the good.
How many black guys was in the tent?
I don't know.
I'm lost for words. I don't know what to do. I got 5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk.
Well, you might want to tell them to not carry a knife in their backpack and stab anybody. You might want to start with that. And you know what? It doesn't matter what color you are. That's the message you should be sending to your 5 boys, regardless of your ethnicity. Be a good person, and when you're not supposed to be somewhere that you're, and somebody, do not stab anybody.
Wait no more.
Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin. Let me ask you this right now.
All right, so you're bringing Trayvon Martin up, which is a completely different issue, a completely different case, and like, what's next? Rest in peace, George Floyd. Like, what's next? Rest in peace. Yeah. Rest in peace, Martin Luther King. A hero, a true victim.
I hear. What do you want us to do? What?
I want you to go back and tell your 5 boys. The question you asked was, what am I supposed to tell my 5 boys? What you're supposed to tell your 5 boys is this. Be a good person. If you're going to get in a fight, match power with power, meaning fist to fist, push to push. And when somebody pushes you, push them back. Or turn the other cheek. Do not kill them, because they weren't trying to kill you. Can you say that? Maybe not. Let's not forget this. A African-American kid was able to nearly raise $1 million for killing a white kid. The Help Karmelo official fund was $620. People gifted this guy and his family $625,000 to help pay for legal. Now, they say that his family bought a house. They didn't. They actually used the money to rent a house. But the family used this $625,000 that they raised to pay for his defense fund and to rent them a house during this trial.
Joseph Hogan, $50.
I mean,
Jordan Brock, $50.
All right. I wonder how many EBT cards were sold for cash so they can spend that money on him, give them to him.
I don't know, Gene. I think that happens in all walks of life, to be honest with you. I know a lot of
I buy some from time to time, yeah.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. Wow. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
$250
for the whole gimmick?
Yeah, it's about a whole book. $500 book for $250.
Take my shoes off. I want to piss right outside.
And make sure you wipe your feet.
No, not yet. We're on break. We're coming back in 5 minutes. Okay, all right. Will you hold on? All right, If Bubba asked on line 1, there's a lady that had some bad dealings with the medical examiners. Gene. Because I'm going to go pee real quick. If that's okay, Gene. Do we let Bubba know? If he asks. On line 1, it's a lady that's had some bad dealings with the medical examiners about her parents. On line 1. Okay. It's a lady. In case if Bubba asks. I'm going to pee real quick.
You got a lady on the line that's had some bad dealings with the people we're talking about, that the lady that we were just talking about.
The coroner girl?
Yeah.
The Richland County girl?
Yeah.
Just let me verify that situation.
He said so. He said let me know it.
He said so. Let me did. But my name is Gene Lasker, and I'm a professional powder coater. And the flagman fucked me over last Saturday night.
Yes, he did.
he didn't realize that he throwed the green, and I fucking went on the low side and caught this person sleeping. And so he tried to.
It's a 17-year-old girl that goes 3 laps down in the heat.
I know she didn't fire. I saw it, and you just fucking went down low, did a G. Lasker type move.
But the problem was when he was he's mad at me because during the racers meeting, drivers meeting, I spoke up like I would, and I said, let's get the gray area out of here, there, flagman, because you don't got a gray flag. And
all right, so that's how it starts.
That's how it starts. And so I said,
what were you asking? What were you saying?
I said, so when you're in that flagman stand and you're left-handed or right-handed? He's left-handed. I said, I figured that. And so everybody kind of giggled about because I'm busting his balls. I said, so when I see your arm picking that flag in the air, can I go, or do I gotta wait for you to put it in the air and make old Glory wave? When is it? When do I move? You move when my arm moves. Okay. Well, if you look at that picture,
that even adds more bullshit to it. If he fucking addressed that issue at the drivers' meeting, like if you actually asked that question.
Oh, I did.
Then that's even worse. That's
even
why.
Worse. Oh yeah. No.
Because you got a clarification on when to fire, and I watched it in slow motion. And when it is, you didn't wait.
Even the light was on.
The flag was out when you were
moving to the left.
When your right front was by her left rear, the flag was out.
Yes, sir.
I'm just saying.
Even the light came on at that moment.
I'm just saying. I watched it because I wanted to bust your balls about it for you jumping, but I couldn't because you didn't jump. Now, here's the problem. I'm giving you a track owner and a racer's perspective. As a track owner and a racer, it looked horrible. But if you break it down, fundamentally, it's okay. You didn't jump.
Okay, but as a track owner, and you got no fans, and you got no cars,
no, I wouldn't have called it off.
And Gene Lasker makes a hell of a move like that. You want him to win that heat race.
I wouldn't have called it off.
So you say, hey, Lasker's starting to win now. Now people coming.
Gene Lasker winning that race is better for my fucking business.
Damn right it was.
And Gene Lasker made a split-second move that was not illegal, and you deemed it illegal. And if I would have been there, and my flagman, I would have said, okay, we're going to do a restart, but Lasker's on the pole because he made the pass. You guys erroneously.
That's cool.
No, you guys erroneously threw the yellow when you shouldn't have. So I'm overriding. Crystal Harley is your official Harley-Davidson dealer for the Nature Coast. Crystal Harley-Davidson has the best selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, as well as official HD merchandise and parts, live bands, food, and beer every weekend. Crystal Harley continues to recognize and support active duty military, first responders, and veterans. HD Hero customers receive an extra $500 Hero cash on select new motorcycles. Rates as low as 1.99% with zero down for qualified customers on select new Harley-Davidson motorcycles. $1,000 in trade assistance on select touring and Softail motorcycles for the entire month of April. Don't know how to ride? No problem. Learn to ride. Sign up today for the Crystal Harley-Davidson Rider Academy. When you roll up in there, make sure you tell them Bubba Army and receive a free helmet with motorcycle purchase. Their website is unbelievable. Check the new and pre-owned inventory right there online at crystalharley.com. Always tell them Bubba Army.
Time to draw the line. Welcome to new levels of insanity and depravity.
Yeah, we're talking about
Bubba the Love Sponge.
I got a caller on line one. I walk in from peeing and Lasker goes, there's somebody on the phone line that's got a problem with the girl you got a problem with. I go, are we talking about the coroner? Yeah, her.
That ain't the way you told it to me, though, Lemmy, but I forgot.
Anyway, hi, you're on the air. You're on the air. Go ahead. Let me see if you can get Lasker, the footage of Lasker jumping. What the flagman said, he jumped the green, and he was very aggressive, but he didn't jump. And Lasker completely packed his stuff up, and I think you went home from it. You were so mad about it.
Yeah.
But I'll see if you can give me that footage. Ma'am, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to say, in 2018, my dad was murdered, and the coroner in this part of Florida The autopsy that was done was horrible. Like, my dad had no teeth. They said he had teeth in fair repair. His fingertips were missing, but nobody caught that. He had surgeries. They didn't catch that. So, and it was all just swept away. So, in that coroner is no longer, the medical examiner is no longer in this part of Florida. I don't know where she moved to. But it's not just Clearwater. It's multiple places in Florida that they just sweep things away when they don't want to look any further.
You know, between the state attorney, the medical examiner, and some of these people that can make life-altering decisions, and they don't have, there's no, for people like you or people like Brooke Hogan, there is no checks and balances. They have, and they can play a godlike complex where their decision cannot be questioned, cannot be appealed, and we're talking about, in some instances, you know, a short window of time to be able to get the truth, and by the time you go through all the bureaucratic nonsense to potentially get them in check, you know, now the evidence is tainted or spoiled, and you can't get, you know, there are a few positions in this state, one being a prosecuting attorney, where they have virtually nobody that checks them. They can file or not file on, you know, for any reason or not. And the other one is the coroner/medical examiner, as you mentioned, you know, completely can botch up a case involving potentially a murder and sweep it under the rug because, you know, your dad wasn't well liked, or he was, you know, like me. I'm the bad guy, and I never get a break. I always get the short end of the prosecutorial stick.
And it's even worse in my situation because there was something going on that got covered up. Like, my father's house was burned down, and he was poor, but there was over 50 gun barrels in my dad's house. I have no idea why.
So your dad had 50 guns. So are you saying that your dad didn't own 50 guns and they may have been planted, or your dad did have 50 guns?
I don't know. I'm uncertain. He had a few, but there was literally a stack of gun barrels that didn't burn, and it was at least 50, if not more. They didn't even take them away or anything. But not to begin with. But we were scared to say anything because we don't know. If that didn't make sense.
Well, I mean, if you live in a rural area, like potentially, I'm assuming you might, and the Good Old Boy Network and the sheriff's in on it,
exactly,
and the prosecutor's into it. Next thing you know, you get pulled over and they find 2 pounds of cocaine in your back of your trunk, which you didn't put in there.
Exactly. So we didn't say a word.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, like, you got to keep your because you don't have a platform or nothing.
I listen to you talking about Brooke, and it just sounds like my story just with money is all.
Yeah, no, it's
just about it. Really does.
And when you incorporate money, sometimes that's even shadier than potentially what you went through. Money's the root of all evil.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Anyway, ma'am, I appreciate your call. Thank you. By what means do you catch the show?
Florida Man Radio 103.1.
Oh, perfect. Up there in Fort Walton Beach.
Sure do.
Appreciate you. We're gonna be up there on the 20. What day? Friday the 24th?
No, it's 28th, I think.
No, it's
26,
not the
26, 27, 28.
Yeah, Friday the 26th, and then we'll be at Emerald Coast Harley on that Saturday for the Missing Parts ride. So, man, come on and say hi.
We'd like to ride to come out and see you then.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Okay, appreciate you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you. So I guess, Lemmy, that Iran decides they want to get a little cute. And now we're supposed to be under a ceasefire now. Let's not forget.
Of course. Yep.
And they decide to shoot down one of our multi-billion-dollar Apache helicopters, which my question is, what type of technology do they have to shoot down one of our multi-zillion-dollar Apache helicopters? You would think that those things could be able to, for now, if you're talking about a country like Russia or China that was well equipped.
Well, they said China has given them like missiles and things like that.
All right, so they may have the crazy-ass stinky bastards have been getting some help from some more technologically advanced countries to be able to do such an act. Well, supposedly Trump is full hot on the deal, and this is kind of what I think we need to do. Because, listen, they will not listen. They will not they are not going to come up with any type of agreement that we're going to be able to live with. They're going to they know the longer they continue this on, the dumber Trump looks in his own country, the more uncertainty that we face as gas prices continue to skyrocket, as inflation continues to skyrocket. We need this thing to be over. Now, this would be a huge economical boom if we could get this thing handled sooner than later. We'd get, everybody would be happier. We're rolling up on our 250th anniversary as a country. Gas prices go down, diesel prices go down, food goes down, airline tickets go down, hotels go down. Everything would be awesome if we could just get. This is the major sticking point of our economy. The stock market right now is through the roof. I think the Dow's closed now officially, like the new threshold's 50K. The stock market's on like record levels of hotness right now. If we can just get gas prices and grocery prices and durable goods down, which I think all hinge upon this war being done. But you know how we get this war done?
So say redneck $20
is we blow the apps, like we blow the hell out of them.
Yep.
Fox News alert. I just spoke to the President of the United States. I have some new information and breaking details to share about tonight's what is historic air campaign. Now, tonight, Iran's nuclear ambitions, they are officially dead.
Now, this is what Fox is reporting, that I guess the negotiation aspect of you can't have nuclear weapon capabilities is no longer a thing because supposedly we went in there and completely wiped out what we tried to do in the bunker buster about 6 months ago or so.
Yeah, about that.
I think we may have. They're reporting. I don't know if I believe them or not, but I think they're reporting that we went in and took it all out. Is that what they're reporting?
Yes.
Here's the United States just completely obliterated Iran's top secret Fordow nuclear facility with 6 huge bunker buster bombs. It was originally speculated that you would only need 2. It turns out they used 5 to 6 dropped from America's stealth B-2 bombers. And that's not all. 2 other major Iranian nuclear sites, Natanz and Esfahan, were wiped out with 30 Tomahawk missiles launched by American submarines some 400 miles away.
This is what needs to be done. There is no more negotiation because here's the deal. Eventually, this is what needs to happen. So why not make it happen now rather than August 10th?
I think this one's old.
Oh, this one's old?
Yeah, this is from when they actually did the bunker busters and they got the nuclear sites.
For real?
Yeah.
No, let me. If you see, it says June 7th. I didn't get bamboozled on some AI here. I
know.
But what I'm saying is,
it's the exact thing that they did 6 months ago.
But if you look, it was released June 7th.
Well, I think this person's a little past.
All right.
Because now they didn't do anything to the sites.
But we need to.
That's what they're doing. They're just bombing everything right now.
Here is up-to-date, more credible sources. I'm sorry that somebody took Sean Hannity's report from 6 months ago and repurposed it like it was. You know what?
June 7th, it happened last night. It didn't happen June 7th. That person's dumb.
Yeah. Anyway.
Boom. That's a nice bomb.
There is no audio on this, but supposedly this is us bombing them last night. I guess we went on a big bombing gimmick last night.
Yeah.
And I'll reiterate, this is what needs to be done. This doesn't need to be done in August, September, when they've kicked the can down the road and ruined our 4th of July and got, all of us hating each other and polarized. This is going to be the way that you get these people to finally succumb. So why not do it now rather than later? Because I think we can now all agree that their negotiation tactic is to stall, right?
Yep.
That's all they got. And now there's reports that we did take out the final member of the regime. Am I correct on that? There's reports that he may be a goner.
Yeah, there's reports. Not proven yet, but yeah.
This is various bombing from last night. There is no audio on it. I'm playing it visually. It looks like we're blowing up. Like whoever's doing the camera, Lummy, is horrible. Like they're not really framing up what they're hitting. It seems like we're just getting the plume of clouds and the after effect of bombs. Let me go to more footage. I got more. This from the ABC World News Tonight last night.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lindsay Davis in for David.
And what's up, Lindsay Davis? Look at that.
Pretty good.
My go-to black girl. Her and the Tamika, or whatever the hell, CBS News.
Dana Crest, $10.
Breaking news, a dangerous new escalation in the Middle East. Late today, the United States launching retaliatory strikes against Iran after the downing of a U.S. helicopter near the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Central Command.
Which, by the way, I was heard that we rescued both pilots.
Yes.
Calling them self-defense strikes. The attacks come after that U.S. helicopter was hit by an Iranian drone near the coast of Oman. For the first time ever, 2 crew members on board the Apache were rescued by a sea drone, pulling them from the water under the cloak of darkness.
So our military has these speedboats that are called the sea drones, and they're really, really, really industrial looking, but they're like kind of like just a glorified speedboat, but they got like all this technology and I think weaponry on it. And I think, Lummy, literally you just jump on and then they got somebody driving it from a ship, a couple, 100 miles away or something. Maybe even from MacDill. The guy might be driving it from MacDill. So they jumped on the pilot, were able to get to the water and jump in these sea drones, these U.S.-owned sea drones, and bring them back to the ship.
Carrying them from the scene until they could be hoisted up to a rescue.
And those things are hauling ass, aren't they, Lasker?
Yep.
Look at that. That guy's getting address. Hey, I'm Gene Lasker, and I know somebody else is driving this, but I'd like to drive it.
I wouldn't mind it.
Let me go ahead and floor it to the gimmick.
Time ago, President Trump told our Jonathan Karl, quote, "I believe in responding in a strong manner."
Look at that.
And Karl is standing by. ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz leads us off.
And I'm really into her, Lummy.
Tonight, retaliatory U.S. strikes lighting up Iranian targets after the downing of a U.S. Apache helicopter by an...
By the way, CENTCOM is officially in Tampa, Florida, at the MacDill Air Force Base. All the majority of war operations are orchestrated, planned, and carried out through what they call CENTCOM, Central Command.
Underground.
Tampa, Florida. MacDill Air Force Base, about probably 3/4 of a mile from Dan's house.
Iranian drone. Iranian state TV reporting multiple explosions near the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. CENTCOM calling the mission a proportional response to unjustified Iranian aggression. Our John Karl was on the phone with President Trump just as the U.S. strikes unfolded. The president saying, "I think it's very important to respond. They shot down a helicopter and we are responding as we speak." The Apache helicopter was on a late-night mission patrolling the strait to deter small Iranian boats from threatening U.S. warships or commercial vessels when the Iranian drone sent it crashing into the sea. Both pilots escaped the sinking helicopter, and a remarkable rescue mission was launched just hours.
That's badass.
Yes, it is.
That is so badass.
Our guys were fine.
That makes me proud to be an American. That we can, get our stuff shot down by the bad guys.
So the drone probably hit a prop and knocked part of it off.
And they could maybe control it into the sea.
Yeah.
And they were able to make a controlled crash landing into the water.
Throw the yellow ink out so the sharks don't get them.
They got, on their flight suits, they got like these e-burp systems that they can pinpoint the Navy and
right to them.
They can pinpoint like within a foot of where they're at. They send the big Navy. They send one of these badass sea drone ski boats that goes about 80 miles an hour. They pick you up and you're out of there.
You don't got to thank nobody when they save you.
Yeah, the guy running the drone. The guy running the speedboat.
Before dawn, the U.S. Navy, in a first-of-its-kind rescue, dispatching an unmanned surface vessel.
That's a nice boat.
A drone
probably $1 million.
Speedboat to the waters off the coast of Oman, where the pilots with flotation devices around their necks were waiting for help. The drone boat was guided to the downed pilots, who climbed aboard and were then whisked to another location where a rescue helicopter hovered above and hoisted them off the unmanned boat to safety. Both are in stable condition. That drone boat
They may have been hurt a little bit because they're in stable condition. So maybe the crash into the water might have been a little more violent because it seems like they might be hurt a little bit, but they're alive.
Operated by the U.S. Fifth Fleet's Task Force.
I'd be like, man, slow this thing down, man. We're jumping the waves, kid. I got a hell.
59.
Hold on, they might have got beat up over the waves.
But I'm assuming, Gene, like they have, like you get in here, like it's a safe area
Inside,
to hide.
yeah. In the cabin.
Navy's first drone unit that operates several types of autonomous drones in the waters of the Middle East.
That is so badass.
But tonight, with the U.S.
Listen, it's time just let's be done. Let's make today, June 10th, the day that we blow these guys off the map. And then we start over. So, okay, we got some new people in here. We're going to start over. You don't have any nuclear warheads. We already blowed them up.
U.S. launching these retaliatory strikes.
Man, think of how badass that would be to come in. You're coming in at about $130.
The G-force of stopping.
Oh yeah, and then you have to hit this. You have to hit this cable, and if you don't hit the cable, you got to gas it up, Gene, and try to get back off of it.
It is unclear what happens to negotiations with Iran. The president overnight had claimed a deal was imminent.
Yeah, listen, Trump, they're making you look stupid, bud. Yeah. They really are. They're making you look stupid. We got a deal. We don't got a deal. We're close to a deal. We're not close to a deal. They shot down one of our billion-dollar helicopters.
Should be over from there.
They're not trying to cut a deal, Donnie.
We could have.
No, we couldn't. We could have a deal as late as maybe tomorrow at lunch. But, hold on. They just shot down one of our helicopters. That puts everything in question.
At least an idea by 1 or 2 days from now, but I think it's going well.
But I think even hardcore Trump supporters are like, listen, Don,
shut up.
You have cried wolf so many times on deal, no deal, deal, no deal, no deal, ceasefire, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, 10 days. Stop. Just stop. All of us, Democrat, Republican, or the next guy, want this to be over. So make it over, bud. Make it over.
60 bombers, 20 bombs on each plane.
Yeah. 60 bombers. Bomb the hell out of them. Start with their nuclear capabilities. Let's go. Let's get that bombed out real nice, and then we'll start going from there. Right, Gene?
Yes, sir.
Let's go and let's hit the Capitol, where maybe our leader might be staying.
No, he's in the mountains.
All right, let's hit the mountains then.
Yeah, let's take out the mountains.
Hey, see those mountains up there?
Abbas Arachi, defiant, appearing to reference the helicopter attack.
Oh, so this guy here, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, yes. Mr. Abbas Arachi, looks like he might be doing a little braggadocious right here, Lummy. Like, oh, okay, you want to be that way, you son of a bitch?
Mr. Abbas Arachi, defiant, appearing to reference the helicopter attack, saying foreign forces in proximity to our territory are at constant risk.
Oh, shut up. Shut up, you idiot. You pissant. You ain't got nothing. If China didn't give you a couple of these things, I would, if I'm Bubba Trump, I just want to let you know this Abachi guy, he really pissed me off. I'm bombing the hell out of you guys. I'm telling you it's coming. Like Larry Bird when he used to tell the guy, hey, I'm going to take the ball over here. I'm going to shoot it from over here. I'm going to go swish right in your face, bitch, and you're going to be nothing about it.
Adding Iran prefers the language of diplomacy. However, we know how to speak other languages, too.
All right, no problem. Speak whatever language you want.
Yeah, with a couple of bombs you got.
Lindsay, these ongoing
Oh, my God, holy Skeletor.
Yeah, but I'm spiked $20.
My God.
Man, she got a little bit of age on her.
Man.
Just a little bit.
Retaliatory U.S. strikes on Iran targeting multiple locations like radar and command and control centers are a significant response to the downing of that U.S. Apache helicopter.
Yeah.
She got a heavy left ear. Did you see that?
No, I could care less.
Keeping her neck cocked.
We need to blow it. We need to blow them sky high.
Yeah.
Republicans, Democrats, Trumps, MAGA, non-MAGA.
Flagmans.
Whatever. The flagman at Showtime Speedway that Lasker.
Let me say that video.
I'll get it. We'll end the show with that.
Now to the Middle East for more breaking news. The U.S. military carrying out new strikes tonight in Iran after the downing of a U.S. Apache helicopter by Iran. The crew of that helicopter hitching a ride to safety aboard an American drone boat. Senior national security correspondent Charlie Daggett.
I think that's everything we already covered.
Pretty much.
By the way, this is just got me full hot. DeCarlos Brown, who's been arrested 14 times prior.
He killed that poor baby.
And he killed this poor girl who was just on public transit. I think might have been in Charlotte. Yeah, just so everybody understands what just happened in Charlotte. DeCarlos Brown Jr., a 14 times arrested violent offender, murdered a woman, a white woman. He said, I got that white girl. He was evaluated for mental competency. He was found incapable to proceed on the federal murder charge. Case is frozen. No trial. Spends up to 4 months in a medical facility paid by taxpayers to get him to understand his charges. So yesterday, a judge ruled that this guy who brutally stabbed to death this innocent woman and who had circumvented the judicial system 14 additional times, 14 other times, he had done a violent crime and been let go. And now a judge says that he's incompetent to stand trial.
Someone, please, for the love of God, explain this to me. So you're telling me that he is incompetent to stand trial, but the same system said that he was plenty competent enough to be released
14 times. 14 times.
So what happens to him? Stays in jail until then?
I don't know. I do not know.
Dozens of times back into society to roam.
Let me see. That's how I want breaking it down with Bubba to be. Well, I have a little head like that. Maybe over here in the corner.
Okay.
Free amongst normal, civilized.
If it's doable. I don't know if it's doable.
People.
If it takes a lot of work, tell Gary not to worry about it.
And come out here and continue to commit these crimes. So he's plenty competent enough to do that, but they're going to say he's not competent enough to stand trial. You know what? You can plead insanity if you want to. That's fine. You don't get any sympathy from me because you would absolutely have to be completely insane to do something the way that he did, attack an innocent person the way that he did. You daggone right, he's insane. We didn't need a doctor to tell us that.
All right, Johnny Hillbilly, I don't need you to. I'm just absolutely mesmerized or just taken back by the fact that a judge, I don't know what the protocol is now. Like Gene said, does he stay in jail until he can finally understand or comprehend what he did? Do they let him out? What?
Well, it looks like also I sent you, which I think there is language in this, but the same train that girl was stabbed on last night or yesterday, another man was pulling a knife out on people and threatening to knife them.
So I can't play this.
Probably not.
Maybe Hot Mike?
Yeah, probably Hot Mike. Yeah,
probably Hot Mike. Okay.
Yeah, that guy right there.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy last night was on the same train that this other woman was on. This white girl who got killed. The same train. Last night, an African-American man was threatening to stab people last night wielding a knife. I think somebody finally stood up to him and took it, though, didn't they?
No, he just didn't stab. They got it off, and then... Are
they looking for him?
Yeah, they're looking for him.
Right.
He stabbed somebody?
No.
He's not part of the solution. He's part of the problem. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
Also, I sent you Lasker's video.
Oh, I need that.
From Chaos Racing. He was there. He said it's not the best, but he tried. He followed Gene the whole time.
I saw some good footage of it. But better than this.
I was trying to find it. Have you seen it?
I got it. It was on Lasker's Facebook. Lasker. Do I need to find it on the Facebook?
I'll go right now. There's Gene.
Find it?
Well, let's see. Did you share it to everyone or just your friends?
Oh, I'll play it. I didn't hear you.
So you put a little bit of mileage on your deal?
No.
Yo! Are you dumb? Yo! Are you dumb?
Nigga, stab me. I can't do it. Nigga, stab me. I watch your phone.
Yo, you don't have to.
Nigga, you a bitch. You a bitch.
Yo!
Yo! Yo! If you don't back the fuck up, I will eat your ass with a goddamn train. I will kill you.
How about that fucking against each other? How about that black guy though? That's like fucking getting up in his face, and and the one black guy didn't have any instrument. But he's telling that dude he's a fucking bitch. That guy's a fucking stud.
Yeah, but the fat girl's gonna get him hurt.
I'm just saying.
Nigga, if you don't back the fuck up, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up.
I gotta tell you, the fucking old girl.
The old girl.
Big Mama's fucking a badass too.
She is not.
Back the fuck up.
Big Mama, I want her on my team immediately.
Back the fuck up. I'm not fucking playing. I'm not playing.
Man, she's fucking badass.
She
don't. You go to jail.
I love that bitch,
Bro,
don't
if you don't take the shit, you the fuck up the train. I'm gonna call
That's a badass bitch.
You don't dumbass. I'm gonna call the cops. I don't give a fuck about this shit right now. Get the fuck off this train right now.
Hey, Gene, we need her to be the fucking patrol person for the fucking rail.
Fuck out this fucking train.
Nigga know he ain't coming with that shit. He didn't want to fuck out this fucking train.
Hey, that fucking black guy with the knife, he was scared. He's like, man, Big Mama's gonna eat my ass up. Lummy, did you send me the picture? The new one?
Well, Gene has me blocked, so.
How is that, Lummy?
Look, Gene, look at my thing right here. Let me see your phone, because I think you accidentally did it.
No, I can't accidentally do it.
Well,
I just went to you and it's not public.
See?
Well, fix it, Lummy.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Damn.
It's your fault.
Well, I don't know about anything false.
Fucking idiot.
I hit it, I see myself.
You're a fucking idiot.
Well,
all it has is this. Look, all it has is this. When you go to your fucking site, it has this stupid shit.
Oh, 200,000 hits on that.
Oh, not 200,000. My ass.
You better look again.
No, I don't. No, there's.
All right, public, Gene. Bubba, it should be up there now if you want to refresh.
I just know that he's about the biggest boomer ever.
But what am I?
You're the biggest boomer.
What's a fucking boomer?
A fucking old guy who doesn't know anything.
That's the old guy that's
here he is.
You know, like electronic, like this kind of shit.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Let me see if I You get it?
Yeah.
Hey, you would have got way more views on this.
Huh?
You would have got way more views on this too.
Yeah, Gene, you can't threaten the flag guy to retaliate publicly if you got your shit all locked up and people can't see it, you idiot.
So hey, Gene, when you do a post, right?
Flagman, you're an idiot, and I promise to tell you it to your face in the next driver's meeting. You're not a...
There's no remorse and no regret associated with anything they do.
You are refreshingly vulgar.
Bubba the Love Spot.
All right, so Lasker had a big whodunit this past Saturday night at Showtime Speedway. Showtime Speedway, the legendary Sunshine Speedway that sat vacant for about 10 years. And then initially Florida was going to take it as part of the highway expansion project, but the plans got redone. And I mean, I think the original owners made like $8 million or something like that, Gene, when they sold it to the state. It sat dormant for like 10 years. They end up building the highway around it. There was some type of flaw in the plans, and they didn't end up taking the speedway. So then a guy named Yoho, who has a wrecker service and is now leasing this from the state of Florida, and it's a little quarter-mile asphalt bull ring, and it's fun. Yes, but and I can say this as a fellow track owner, it's tough, man. Local racing is tough to put asses in the seat. It's tough to get guys. Car counts are down because costs are up. The right rear of a sprint car is approaching $300. That's why your heat race
$1,300 worth of rubber on that car at that moment.
That's why you have only 4 people in your heat race, and you probably had 2 heat races, maybe a total of 8 people there.
Yep, 9.
So that's just not good for a track owner.
And we're trying hard to get more people there.
And so
for a while there, we only had 4.
So anyway, Lasker, just to let you know, during the drivers' meeting before this happened, that's when they talked to all the drivers about various stuff. Gene asked the flagman, does the start of the race happen when the flag is shown or when you start to move your arm? And you're talking about a half a second. But having raced with the guy for nearly 10 years, he absolutely tries to find every advantage he possibly can. He's a veteran of...
I asked him perfectly clear. I said, listen, if you're taking over the start, like you say you are, because the leader didn't start, is that when you move your arm, or do you put it way in the air and make like Old Glory, and then I have to go?
And he said it's when I move my arm.
When I move my arm.
So since that conversation took place at the drivers' meeting, I find this, and I've watched it many a times, the flagman penalized you for having your crap together, being able to control your car, have it safely distanced from the person that's in front of you, which the person in front of you is a 17-year-old girl who gets lapped 3 times. She never
in the heat race.
She never fires anyway.
Right.
So as a race car driver, when you got an inexperienced, slow person in front of you, you want to get away from that person as fast as you can. Now, there is no out of bounds on this track. If I can give you some observations being a track owner, there is no out of bounds. There's no white line denoting that you're out of bounds. Basically, if you can find a patch of hard concrete or asphalt, you can race on it. So Lasker is currently in 3rd place, 2nd row inside in the O2 Gunslinger car. And what happens here is the flagman is tired of the front row jumping. So usually you start your race about right where this tire is, usually.
There's a box there. There's 2 lines.
I understand.
Yeah.
And so
and he explained that to us.
And so he said, when the green flag is displayed and the flagman has started the race, you can do and pass anywhere you want. If that means dipping her down to the low side because in this case the front person didn't fire, so be it. The only thing that would make this illegal and deemed a jump, if you will, is if Gene was
moving before he moved the green.
Before he displayed or started to display the green. Lasker then posts this video, which has not been seen by too many people because he had it as private. It's now public. You can go to. I'll actually re-Facebook this and reshare it. Hey, Showtime flagman, you're an idiot, and I promise to tell that to your face at the next drivers' meeting. You're not a pimple on a flagman's ass, and I'm going to bring money to the track to get rid of you. Money talks, assholes. I'm sorry, money talks and assholes walk.
I think I can get Publix to hire us a flagman.
Hold on. Now I want you to look right here. Everybody needs to look. You're looking at 2 different things, and I would be absolutely the expert to analyze this. You're looking at You're looking at the flagman right here, and you're looking at this car right here, and this car right here. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you, this car right here does not accelerate to the point of what they should, because the minute you see that green, you smash the gas unless you're afraid. Let me hold on. Hold on. Here's the flagman. In fact, I'm not even going to look at Gene. I'm just going to look at the flagman. Now, Gene knows the flag's coming any second, any millisecond, so he's positioning his car. Listen, you can go wide.
Yeah.
You just can't. You
can't pass.
Your front wheels cannot be past their rear wheels. Now they can be parallel. He's making that move, but he's still behind her. Okay,
she's already moving the flag.
Hold on. Right there. That is.
It looks like you're behind.
Hold on. Oh, no, he's completely behind. His wheels are at her tail tank, and we're green.
We're green. Right? The light's on.
I want to go like a half a second behind us.
That's movement, right? Isn't that the word right there? You see the green flag.
Right now, he's moving.
Hold on.
The flag.
Boom.
See?
Boom.
He's coming up.
Now, Gene, at this point, is positioning. Green's out. Gene's pointing his car to the infield because this person does not fire. And track's live. Track is live, and Gene is behind her. That's all I needed to see.
Look at them tires burning. Woo!
Now, Gene.
That's smoking it, man.
Now, through the radio, they're like, yellow, yellow,
Oh,
yellow,
yeah,
yellow,
it's on the
yellow
yellow right now. It's already out.
So, Gene, so I'm just saying. Boom! There it is. There it is. Boom. And have you shown this to Yoho?
Yeah, I know, but Yoho was apologizing and laughing about it.
Laughing about it? I heard you loaded your stuff up and went home.
Yeah, well, you know. It's a political thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, can't play games like this. This is the real class of cars that we're trying to. What people you got in them grandstands are there for us.
Rugged white male, Miami,
and we're trying to
25.
make the class. That
now, Gene,
gunslinger car hasn't finished a race since it started last season from problems or.
Look at Gene four-wheel drifting because he's straight matted. And he's a dirt guy, so he's
I got to
not afraid.
hold on to it right here because she can go any which way he wants to.
He's straight matted. He's not afraid to be loose because he's a dirt guy. Look at him. But he's on it. He puts his car in a position to make the turn one because he doesn't think there's going to be a yellow. Boom, 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 and they call yellow. Everybody lets off.
Was very bad. Now, for racing, they needed that car to win a race so other people would get excited to come,
not only that, but
and the fans would come.
You know how cool you would have been? How would you have opened today's show up? You would have been like, let me tell you something, Sponge. Ask me how I did on Saturday.
That's right.
How'd you do on Saturday? Won the feature. It's been a while since the Alaskers won a feature, but I did. You know why I won the feature? Because I won the pole. Because I won the heat race, and I started in the inside pole.
Yeah.
P1. Had clean air the entire time, and I smoked them. Who ended up winning the feature? Sport Allen?
Yes, he did. And Sport Allen was driving Robbie Smith's car. Wasn't even driving his own.
Robbie's got an asphalt car?
Yes, he does.
Wow.
Tyler Porter's going to be driving it. I don't know why your kid ain't driving it.
Why isn't Tyler Clem driving it?
I don't know. Maybe he don't like it. I don't know. I didn't ask.
Oh, he likes anything.
But
Tyler Clem likes anything. I mean,
I think that Wesley's got his team and Robbie's got his team.
Oh, okay. I think Tyler's on Wesley's team.
Yeah, Tyler's on Wesley's team.
Okay. Actually,
I love you, Sarah.
And I love you too, Sarah. And I love you, love me, and I love Macho Man. And is
Macho Man, thanks for the good day today.
Is Brian on tomorrow?
Yes, he is.
Brian's in tomorrow. That should be uncomfortable. Love you, Sarah. Love you, Erica. Love everybody. Whoa, see you later. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummet.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter program.
Gene Lasker, voice of the people. Glad you get to hear me.
Gary Cantrell, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra, of Council.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.